What's up? What is up? Endwalker. My phone is dying. I need to grab the charger. Hold on. I'm gonna reach over and grab it real quick. It's a pain in the ass because the only the only USB-C I have in this house that will work with my phone that I've repaired 3 times now by hand is my Switch charger. Which means everywhere I go that I know I'm gonna be at for a long time that requires me to have my phone with me and to keep that phone charged, I have to unplug my Switch. So my Nintendo Switch charger was in my backpack, and I had to grab it and plug it back into the wall. It is a pain in the ass. I hate it. I need a new phone. I don't need a new phone, right? Like I don't think I need a new phone. I could just repair it, but I'm at a point where I'm tired of repairing it. I'm tired of buying parts for this phone, and if it's just gonna do this to me, I might as well like get a new model, right? I'll see if I can exchange this though for something, maybe recycle it in some way. I don't like just throwing away electronics, you know, but I'm tired of repairing this thing. All right, Endwalker, let's get right into it. Hi. What did we learn on the last session? We learned that there are entities called Enteleckies, and Enteleckies are capable of understanding emotions and kind of absorbing them. Medion is an Entelecki. The Elpis flower is another example of an Entelecki. And my theory is that I think Zodiark was also created as an Entelecki. I think my idea is that Emmett Silk, upon seeing the technology in this area, right? Because that's what he's here for. He's here to survey the area, see what Hermes is up to and whatnot. He's probably like really fond of the Entelecki technology. And when things go to shit with the final days, he's like, what if we create an Entelecki so strong that it can absorb the negative emotions of all the people on Etheris, right? That's what I'm going with. And by destroying Zodiark, we have destroyed a being that is, destroyed the being that is absorbing all negative emotion. And so the Dynamis, the negative Dynamis, right? Because remember, we also learned that Dynamis, well, we knew about Dynamis, but now we have a confirmation it exists, right? It was called Aksha before. My theory is that Dynamis, being that it is more abundant than Ether, can be positive or negative, just like emotions can, right? Because Dynamis runs on emotions. I think Zodiark was created to absorb negative Dynamis. Positive Dynamis stays within the body. But now with Zodiark gone, negative Dynamis can actually do something, and it's causing what I'm calling negative limit breaks in people. People are getting so emotionally negatively charged that they're anti-limit breaking and transforming into monsters instead of positive limit breaking and surpassing their limits. That's what I'm going with. And because it's not Ether, right? Because it's Dynamis and because it's more abundant, maybe it's a lot easier for that to happen because it's in everywhere and everyone. Whereas, you know, some people could be a lot more etherically strong than another person. Some people have better control over it. I think Dynamis, being that it's so abundant yet untraceable, it's happening without people even noticing. So that's what I'm going with. I'm going to be sticking with that. And I'm going to see if I'm right. So where's stream? I need to read chat. I'm trying to pull it up on my phone so I can read chat. Where? There you are. Okay. So, let's get into it. I was doing side quests before I hopped off, and I did one fate while I was at work, actually, trying to get the writing map. I'm not gonna go out of, I think I said it plenty of times the other day, but I'm not gonna go out of my way for fates. I'm just gonna run into them as I see them while I'm on stream. I don't really have much of this area unlocked yet, so I'm not really gonna try and fate farm off stream, but for now I'll just deal with the slow speed. I'll get the writing map eventually. Listen to this fucking music, man. Both themes for this area are really good. Alright, so the last thing we did was we were being taken around by Hermes, well, not really Emmet Selkin Hith, but we were being taken around by Hermes to kind of see the facility while Emmet Selk was judging to see if he'd be a good fit for the convocation. And I believe Hermes said that he would accept the position of Van Daniel. I also have another theory that's a little bit weaker. I think we clearly saw that Hermes is afraid of death. I think Hermes becomes Van Daniel, but stays Van Daniel forever. I don't think he actually. I don't know how to say it. Like, Amon is a Van Daniel, but I don't think that Amon. I don't know. It's really weird. I'm just saying. I think Hermes somehow snaps as Van Daniel and decides that he wants to destroy everything. We'll see what happens, because Hermes loves life. I want to see where it goes, because you can see, like, Hermes was talking about Dynamis energy and, like, if only I could harness it, what would I achieve, right? But then he got cut off, or he cut himself off. Oh, look, I don't know. It's just a weak theory. It's a weak theory. I feel like there's something there between Hermes and our current Van Daniel who died in Zodiark. All right, let's continue though. Emmet Selk appears to be deep in thought. Not that I or anyone else would be able to make use of it, even if we knew, but it irks me to discover that there's an entirely different form of energy, and no one told me. That personal annoyance aside, Hermes' knowledge is undeniably impressive. Given that there are none among the 14 who specialize in the Celestial, he would be a welcome addition. Assuming he can be persuaded to join, that is. I still can't understand his hesitation. Okay, so he hasn't accepted yet. Why did you join the convocation? I feel like you'd be too bored, right? Normally. Oh, you wish to know why Emmet Selk was chosen for the convocation? I shall be glad to share the tale. It began when... Not another word. Lest you've forgotten, we're to learn about Hermes, not me. My misspent youth is not your concern. What? What the fuck? What now? I want to learn about the convocation. If you would accompany us, I suppose you should at least know that much. The Convocation of 14 is a governing body that determines myriad policies. Our goal is to ensure that all is right in creation, that our star may know a brighter future. As the name suggests, the Council is comprised of 14 offices, each of which is held by an individual chosen for their surpassing abilities. Depending on the office, one is required to either be an authority in a certain field, or possess skills that would facilitate the performance of their stipulated duties. The former category includes Metron, specialist in aquatic life, Logrif, specialist in terrestrial life and husbandry, Halmarut, specialist in fungal and plant life, and Miralolth, a specialist in medicine and healing, and Laha Brea, specialist in creation magics, who has brought forth phantom beings of the highest complexity. As for the latter category, there's Ultima, advocate of the arts, Igyorm, champion of enlightenment and rhetoric, Pastorat, preserver of discipline and order. Wait, what the fuck? Emet-Silk, keeper of the ethereal realm or underworld, in the vernacular. Fendaniel, pursuer of extant phenomena. Whoa! Hold on now. Hold on now. I have to confirm something. Keeper of the ethereal realm or underworld. Oh, that's why okay, so Emet-Selk being in charge of the underworld or the ethereal realm, that's how he was able to pull out Y'shtola from the ethereal sea. He has control over that. Interesting. And Azem, traveler of the world and counselor to the people. What? Should I be revealing such details to you? Don't be silly. Even children know this much, and you would do well to remember it all. Hold on, let me confirm something. FF14. Oh God, I really don't want to be spoiled. Character creation. Yeah, it was a pretty good lore nugget right there. I specifically want to go to where you choose your starting deity, right? And I want to read the descriptions for each one. Because there's 14 of them. Here we go. Name day and patron deity. Oh, it doesn't go in it. Okay, here we go. Oh my God, it might spoil. It might spoil. I can't read this. It's on the fandom wiki. That's not what I want. I literally just want to see it. Full character creation, male and female. Okay. I'm gonna mute this. I just want to read the descriptions of each. Are they not gonna go into... Oh, fuck off. This is actually a really helpful video if you want to know all the different options for your character, but that's not what I'm interested in right now. Guardian. Okay. Oshan the Wanderer. Hold on. Is that related to Azem? Let's look at the symbol, right? Like, if I could find the symbol. Oh my God, I really don't want to... If I'm right on this, I really don't want to spoil this. I really don't. I just want the info. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Because I want to be in game to like read. Shit. FF14 character creation. Full. Okay, maybe this video will have it. Okay, here we go. This video has it. Thank you, Out of Lives. Okay. No, damn, it's 12 of them. Never mind. It's only 12. Oh, I thought there was 14. Well, see, a lot of that shit lines up, though, right? A lot of that shit lines up. Right? Okay, so here's like water, the Wanderer. Hold on. Let me read that again. Metron, specialist in aquatic life, specialist in terrestrial life and husbandry. Are there any that line up with that? Oh my God, this dude just... They went straight to... Fuck. Let me follow this tangent. I'm sorry. Let me follow this tangent. I genuinely need to know if this shit lines up in any way. Because... Okay. Will this guy go through all of them? Oh my god, why do they always do that? They always pick the same one, too. They stop exactly the same spot. Okay. I'm gonna do it. FF14 patron deities. Oh god, please, please no spoil. Please no spoil. 12. Okay. Okay. I'm skipping. I'm skipping around. I just want to know the descriptions. I just want to know the descriptions. Oh, yep, I see the Endwalker bit. I just want to know descriptions. Descriptions. Okay, I'm scrolling. I'm trying to find it. I can't find it. Okay, I'm getting out. I'm getting out. I'm getting out. Fungal and plant life. Medicine and healing. Creation. What sucks is we've killed a lot of these guys. Or at the very least, we've killed shades of them created by La Habrea. I'll tell you the tale when we're away from sensitive ears. You know what? I'm sorry. This is gonna bother me. I'm so sorry. I have to follow this tangent. Come on. I'm actually about to create a new character. Oh, it has to be on a new data center, right? Because I think I only have one character per server on my sub. Oh, no, I don't. Okay. Yeah. Uh-huh. No. Okay. They always stop, like, right here. Watcher of the Seas. That could be associated with water. God of Travelers and Vagrants. That could be a Zem, but I feel like a Zem is like extra almost. Architecture, God of Destruction. Goddess of Inquiry. Althic. Change in space and God of Time. Oh, these don't give stats anymore? Oh, when did they get rid of that? You're back God, when? At least in Stormblood and before, these used to give stats. Tender soils and harvest. So some of them line up, but I mean, I guess that's just general god shit, right? Overseer of the underworld and God of commerce. Well, now hold on! Hold on now! Hold on! Some of this shit is lining up, right? These are just general, you know, deity things, but some of this shit is actually lining up. Right? Overseer of the underworld and God of commerce. Right, and Emmett Silk specifically said underworld. So your people might call it, or some people call it the underworld. We call it the ethereal realm. This one could have been soils and harvests, right? Change in space. Did we get one? I kind of want to. I'm gonna rewind the stream. Hold on. Let me full screen. Yeah, 1080p. Come on. terrestrial life and husbandry. I guess that could be associated with... No, but that's specifically plants. Husbandry. No, maybe it doesn't line up. Maybe it doesn't line up. Hmm. I need to go back further. Ultima, advocate of the arts. Beauregard. Okay. Champion of enlightenment and rhetoric. So knowledge. Baliak. And the teacher of Beauregard. Pasharat. Pasharat? Pashtarat, preserver of discipline and order. Halone. No, not Halone. Which one is order? Nah, we found one that was a judge. Where is it? One of them is a judge. I was just looking at it. I was literally just looking at it. Oh, wait, this one says Goddess of Inquiry, though. Oh, come on. My phone went to sleep. Discipline and order. What did I just see that? Am I stupid? I guess I'm stupid. Didn't one of them say their symbol was a scale? The fuck? Oh, okay. I'm not gonna spend time chasing ghosts. I just feel like I just saw that though. Okay, whatever. What else do we have? Right? So we got all that. Okay. So we got all of them. Terrestrial life and husbandry, aquatic life. Oh, I'm sorry, Sin, by the way. I just really gotta follow this tangent. This is like the shit I'm interested in. Specialist in medicine and healing. Does anybody really say that? Medicine and healing. I don't think so. Medicine and healing. No, none of them are medicine. Oh, this is the one that was holding a scale. Okay, never mind. But not like a judge scale. Okay. Alright, I'm probably stupid. I'm probably stupid. I don't think this tracks. It's like everything that like crosses over is just similar things in like, you know, pantheons in general. Right? It's not necessarily like an exclusive like, oh, yep, they're linked. Huh. Okay. Yes. Alright. I mean, that was a fun theory to kind of explore. Sorry for wasting time. The stream might as well start now. Sorry for wasting time. But, yeah, I just really wanted to... Because even if that was the theory, right? Even if that did line up, who would the other two be, right? You could maybe argue, like, Astral and Umbral. Does that work, though? No. Like, the concept of Astral and Umbral are represented by two of the characters. But that doesn't really make sense. I don't know. I'm sure maybe we'll get into it later, but... Okay. Aquatic life... Yeah. Huh. And then you said, okay. Alright, gotcha. Alright, moving on. And so likely or no, we're friends. In thinness. Thank you for the compliment. My apologies for the wait. Sorry. I have inspected the Ampelos to my satisfaction. All is well with the creature, and I dare say it won't be long ere it is released into the world. Another creation, however, reportedly isn't faring so well. The Charybdis. That is what we shall tend to next. Charybdis is gonna be like an aquatic monster. So, if you're not familiar, Charybdis is, a Roman goddess? Monster. She's not a goddess. She's a goddess in Smite. She's a Roman monster who is the, if I'm not mistaken, sister of Scylla. If you would follow me, my friends, we shall return to the main isle and head north. She's also a sea monster that like drags people down to their death. Sometimes can look like an innocent child, but that's like the bait. And Scylla does the same thing. I guess they fly in this universe. At the very least, this one is water-based, so that I mean that kind of tracks. Why is this one blue and shiny? Oh, forgive me. I thought another member of the convocation had come. This is turning out to be an eventful day. A serpentine bird. Or a winged snake? There's a slight difference in etheric balance between these Charybdises. By this, it may be assumed that they aren't the original creations, but their offspring. This one, for whatever reason, looks really good. Hold on. Give me 1 sec. I want my fruit snacks, but they're far away. Over here. Okay, I got him. I gotta make sure, is the camera green screen still good? No, am I still fading out of existence? Okay, alright, good, we're good. I understand there's a problem with one of the Charybdis. Yes, that's right. As you know, the Charybdis is based on a sea creature. Owing to adjustments to enhance its affinity to wind, it is capable of flight. The specimens created from the concept could all fly without issue, but a problem arose in subsequent generations. This third generation creature was born with an etheric balance leaning strongly towards water, its aquatic origin reasserting itself, it would seem. The result being its affinity to wind is diminished and it cannot fly. Are you sure? No matter what we try, we cannot get it to rise, even the slightest bit. For such change to manifest in so few generations, I fear they are too unstable. Flawed. With your permission, I will revert the creatures, and recommend to the Bureau that the concept be revised. With its etheric balance leaning towards water, the Charybdis would indeed struggle to manipulate wind. Yet it is too early to conclude that it cannot fly. Having failed at first, it may simply have developed a fear. I shall transform and fly with it, helping it to manipulate wind until it finds its wings. What? You needn't go to such lengths. You don't know? But of course not. That's not his real form. Transformation is an art in which one manipulates a vast quantity of ether to construct another body around oneself. Oh, wait, no, this is their real form. And in the Hades fight, that was a transformation to make himself just powerful as fuck, probably. In practice, this allows one to assume any conceivable form, and thereby transcend the limits of one's flesh. Yet, convenient though it may be, transforming in the presence of others is considered vainglorious in the extreme, as uncouth and unseemly as running about robeless. Shameful. Am I to understand you make a habit of this? Nothing of the sort! It's just that, when transformed, I can wield the wind and fly. It may seem excessive, but what is our shame next to the lives of these creatures? They deserve a chance, and we owe it to them to do all in our power. Be that as it may. Yes, I believe I have a solution. Emmett Silk, may I trouble you to move that Charybdis away from its fellows, somewhere out of sight? Meanwhile, I'd like the rest of you to help me prepare here. What mischief are you scheming now? No mischief, I assure you. I would but spare you the need to report to your colleagues that Hermes committed an indiscretion. So, have a little faith, and run along. I trust you don't mind? Such bother when we could simply begin anew. But I shall defer to the Chief Overseer. We must help the Charybdis to fly, or else they will all die, bars. Hyphladeus is a man of ideas. I wonder what he has thought up this time. What you got, Hip? Emmett Silk is out of sight? Good. Let's speak of the plan. It's a stroke of genius, really. We have Emmett Silk train the Charybdis. Aside from being able to fly untransformed, he can readily see ether currents. Oh, what? Why did that double press? Hold on. Let me see if I can get it. This is gonna be really hard. Okay. This is really hard to do on a live stream, but I'm gonna go for it. I'm trying. I'm sorry. I'm trying. Okay. And with his adept spellcraft, he can also employ suitable wind magics to guide the creature along. Okay. Look, man, I need my lore. I'm sorry. I need my lore. I have to know everything. While he is indeed capable of all you described, it is not his duty. I am loath to trouble him with it. Don't be. As I mentioned, it would also be for his own sake. And with that settled, let's begin at once. Hayes, I want you to go to Emmett Silk. Tell him that you have a favor to ask. He'll be disinclined to cooperate at first, but you mustn't be discouraged. With our friend, the trick is to be unflaggingly persistent. Off you go now, and good luck. So just fucking bother him? Okay, yeah, we can do that. It's weird having enemies aggro onto me. But I gotta remember, I'm not in a position where I'm 10 levels over everything else, you know? Like, slowly but surely, the enemies are actually getting closer and closer to level. And I actually have to think about fighting them now. I mean, I can still run away, obviously, but, like, you know, they're gonna aggro on me still. There's nothing I can do about that. It's clearly flying! Oh, right. Okay. With the chat mode in say. Alright, let me embarrass myself real quick. Yeah, Hades. I have a favor to ask. Oh, no, you don't. I'm not lifting a finger. I don't know what Hythlodaeus is up to, and I will not be made to know. I refuse. If Hythlodaeus is to be believed, relentless insistence may serve to wear down the ever-weary Emmett Silk. With the chat mode say, use your keyboard and say, please Emmett Silk to plead with Emmett Silk. Please Emmett Silk. Damn.
No, no, no. You are not foisting this nonsense on me.
I'm given to understand you have the power to help the Charybdis, and should be quite willing to do so. And so I appeal to your better nature, most benevolent Emmett Silk. Please teach her to fly.
Or else Hermes will transform. Right now.
Now, there's no need to go quite that far. Altruism is its own reward, as I'm sure he would agree.
Oh, would he now? And who contrived to put me in this position, pray tell?
Nothing so devious. I merely suggested a possible course of action.
I just had a thought.
Please, Emmett Silk. Please.
I did not come all this way to play nursemaid to your creations. I'd thank you to remember this favor and let it be the last.
So, you know how it said that, the convocation is chosen based on their powers, right? And how Emmett Silk, you know, Hades, is in charge of the ethereal sea, right? And, you know, god of the underworld or whatever, or leader of the underworld. Hythlodaeus has the same power as him, right? I wonder if there's a reason why Hades was chosen and not Hythlodaeus. Maybe they came to an agreement, right? Also, not to bring my theory back up, but Nalthal, being the god of the underworld, they said specifically Nalthal has 2 heads. I'm just saying that if it wasn't 12 gods and was 14 gods, it would work, okay? I'm just saying. I want to believe, but the more we looked into it, the more it just didn't quite fit. But I'm thinking that, like, maybe Hythlodaeus was also a candidate for the position of Emet-Selch.
I will aid it once it has taken to the air. It falls to you to shepherd it skyward.
Well, let's relax and enjoy the spectacle, shall we?
Absolutely. I got my apple flavored fruit snacks. Oh, look at it go.
You were wondering why Emet-Selch joined the convocation. Truth be told, he wasn't the first choice for the office. I was, on the strength of my ability to see ether. But I declined the offer. For though my vision is exceptional, I am pedestrian in all other aspects. Worse even, quite abysmal when it comes to manipulating ether, for example. Couldn't transform even if I had a mind to do so.
But they chose you for a reason.
What good is the ability to perceive a problem if one cannot act to address it? Emet-Selch has no such shortcomings. He excels in vision and manipulation both, the latter to an extraordinary degree. If there is a mage more powerful, I do not know of them. Thus did I recommend him for the office in my stead. And I wasn't the only one. Far from it. Countless others vouched for his skill and character. People the world over, to whom
Wow.
he had previously lent a helping hand. Oh, how surprised he was. Claimed he hadn't done anything remarkable for anyone. Modest to a fault. He deserved every bit of acclaim he received. Yet he may well have gone unappreciated were it not for a mutual friend. A singular soul who can't help but involve himself in the business of others. Where he walks, excitement is certain to follow.
Azem.
His antics irritate Emet-Selch to no end. But much of his grumbling stems from genuine concern. When our friend calls, he never fails to answer and lend his talents.
Some Sasuke and Naruto shit.
And in the course of doing so, he himself came to be recognized and respected by those around him. They are truly remarkable individuals, and I'm proud to call them friends. To help them realize their dreams. This will be my greatest contribution to our world. And when they have fulfilled their respective purposes, so too shall I have fulfilled mine, and together we may return to the star. Look at me, spilling my innermost secrets. I can't seem to help it with you. I can only assume it is due to the color of your soul. I just don't understand how you can be so alike and yet so different.
Well done, my pet. Well done!
Look at you go.
Ah, yes. I dare say the Charybdis will be fine here on. Why don't you go and signal to Emmett Selk? Let him know that his arduous task is at an end.
I'm so happy I said it out loud before that cutscene. I'm like, why wouldn't they choose Hythlodaeus if he can also see either? He seems like he genuinely wants to do the job. Or genuinely, like, cares about people's well-being. I don't see a reason why Hythlodaeus wouldn't do it. You know? It's flying. It's really flying, as if it were born to do so. Thank goodness. Look, Hayes, look how well the Charybdis flies. And I gotta find all my ether currents and do that too. Emerging from his reverie, Emmett Selk notices you and begins to descend with the Charybdis. I have no words to express my gratitude. Thanks to you, the Charybdis has learned to fly. A face only a mother could love. In a good way, of course. And Hayes and I could relax and have a pleasant chat. I'm sure you did. The creature needed some small assistance at first, but soon it was flying more or less on its own. I doubt you will need to repeat the lesson. That was truly impressive. I witnessed it all from afar. The Charybdis flies. Indeed. With this, we've proven that even a creature with skewed etheric balance is capable of flight. Though we hoped to achieve this, the Charybdis is a herd animal. They may well aid their struggling kin in like fashion, if and when the need arises. Keeping this in mind, I bid you continue observing them. If that is what you want. But if I may say so, rather than hoping an idealistic possibility comes to pass, would it not be simpler to have the concept adjusted? That way we can guarantee that anomalies such as the specimen are never born in the first place. These creatures are already here. We will spare no effort in giving them a chance to survive. As you wish, Chief. As you wish. Hermes. I'm fine. Don't worry. Well, that concludes all of my present tasks. Let us return to Anagorisis for now. You alright, man? Now you've seen what I do. Was it everything you were expecting? All the creations are happy. That makes me happy too. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. At the end, most of all. What? Want to apologize for forcing me to help, do you? Save your breath. You didn't force me to do anything. I merely chose the most expeditious way to have done with an impediment to our business. Yeah, okay, buddy. Okay. Alright, yeah, no problem, man. Tell me, Hayes, in the course of watching me, have you learned aught of value? Dynamis. For sure. Dynamis, you say? Curious that such an obscure phenomenon should be of interest to you. Chief Hermes, what good fortune to find you here. Is something the matter? The Lycaon. I'm afraid it's done it again. No sooner do we release one for observation than it's set upon the nearby occupants, slaughtering them. Jesus. Was the creature hungry or somehow provoked? Sorry, I keep thinking I'm hearing something. I just fed them myself, and the occupants were keeping a wide berth. It is the nature of the Lycaon that is to blame. Their innate viciousness. Temperament aside, it is an outstanding creation, perfect in form and function. Though it may not be suited for release, I have no doubt that the Bureau will accept its concept for preservation. In any case, there's no point in postponing the inevitable. Doros will revert them all once the paperwork is in order. Where is the scene of the incident? Just off the path to the 12 Wonders. 12? As you make your way, you should see it on the left. I don't know if Doris is still there, however. 12 Wonders, huh? It's a oddly specific number to use in Final Fantasy XIV, the game with 12 deities that are referenced time and time again. Hermes, wait! Oh, that was Medion? Medion hit puberty a little early. Hermes! Wait for me, Medion! If this is part of his work, then I would observe. We follow. Ah, shit. Side quests. We will be doing them. Let's see what's happening here first. There's actually a fate next to that area too, so I will be doing that fate first. I just want to get the writing map as soon as possible. Hayes, you're just like me, an Entelechy. I absorb the emotions of people. What are you feeling right now? Listen to the sound of my voice. Let's be friends. A monstrous... Okay. I'm gonna switch to Gunbreaker. Actually, maybe I shouldn't switch to Gunbreaker, because it's completely outgeared at this point. It'll take forever to kill these things. I'll do it anyway. Or I'll just do it on Ninja. A monstrous variety of Yggdrasil is set upon a researcher who meant only to observe them. Bring your woodcutter's axe to bear and get to hacking. These are bosses? Kind of soloing this. Oh, I have Raiju. Okay. Alright, you guys get that one. I'll get this one. I should probably bring it in there. I kind of want to see if I can solo it though. messed up. No! Leave mine alone! I'm killing it! Damn. I was about to solo it. Nice. A fearsome beast is Lycaon. Lycaon? But where is it now? The Occupede is no easy prey. With its hooves and horns, it was designed to be formidable even on land. But they didn't stand a chance against the Lycaon. The lacerations and burns are unmistakable. The Lycaon was indeed responsible. But the creature is nowhere to be seen. Doros must have taken it away. The man makes his base at the 12 Wonders. I shall go and seek him out there. Emmett Sulk and I will search the area for good measure, just to make sure the Lycaon did not escape. My thanks. Let us meet at the 12 Wonders when you have finished. I will go on ahead. Please follow with Hayes. Come, come. It's down this path and over the bridge. Hey, what's up, Steven? Oh, yeah? I need to get back up there, honestly. I'm contemplating it. Staying for another 2 weeks. It'd be nice, you know? I gotta get away. I was actually just talking with a coworker of mine. I feel like hard stuck in a routine right now, you know? And I just need things to break it. And I don't really have anything to break my routine around where I live. So it's just kind of like, you know? I wake up, I get to work late, I work, I come home, I sleep, I wake up, I get to work late. Maybe get told I do everything wrong, you know? Maybe that shakes things up. I come home. There's that hunt again, the level 90 hunt. But yeah, I just need to get out of my routine, man. I need to come see you guys one more time. There it is, the 12 Wonders. Hermes is looking for Doros. Let's look for Doros too. He's a man with long blonde hair, I think. I'll know him when I see him. Alright, welcome to the crew, Medion. I'm gonna go attune to that Aetheryte, though. I have to slow walk all over the place. Let me attune first, and then... Nice. Alright, Medion, follow me. Oh, is it this guy? Is the blonde-haired man the blonde-haired man? It's with a shot. Doros! That's Doros! Well now, if it isn't Medion, what brings you here? Ah, I thought I heard familiar voices. I didn't realize you two had decided to help me search for Doros. Thank you. No problem, man. You're in charge of the Lycaones? 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 I'm not gonna lie, the ancients have weird names for everything. I believe. Where are they now? Out in the fields and restraints. Frenzied as they were, I couldn't well return them to... Tysis? I don't think that's pronounced Katisis. I think it's pronounced like Tysis. Probably the K is silent. Once I've submitted my report, I'll see them, or maybe it's like Tysis, like from the back of the throat. Once I've submitted my report, I'll see them reverted without delay. It's as he says. The beasts are indeed quite ferocious. You're one of the 14. What brings you here? Nothing you need to concern yourself with, as you were. We've heard the news that a Lycaon slaughtered Occupedes. As the observer in charge, you are of the opinion that they are not fit to be released. Aye, I am. Their abnormal aggression and exceptional strength makes for a highly problematic combination. It matters not where they are released. Lycaons would threaten other species and upset the natural order. Could it be that the specimens observed are an outlier? Hmm. Highly unlikely. We've created a good many of them, all exhibited the same tendencies. Even when we used Kairos to begin with a fresh slate, their behavior was unchanged. Kairos? A memory reconfiguration system. The Chief himself created it. It allows us to erase or alter memories that we may observe creations in different environmental conditions without needing to remake them from scratch. What the fuck? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, remember, this is Chekhov's gun, the expansion. Did they not say in Charlian that it is possible to block memories because everything in the body is based off of ether? So it's possible to block memories or erase them entirely. Was it inspired by this machine, the Kairos? Also, didn't wait a minute, didn't Y'shtola process a Kairos? Wait, wasn't there a Kairos that we saw in Shadowbringers? Am I tripping? Hold on. It's all coming together. I think I might be tripping, but I'm pretty sure Y'shtola was like, I'd like to study this machine in full, and then she stayed there, you know, lived there, I guess, for a little bit, and studied this machine that was like displaying memories of the past. Is that also a Kairos? Quite impressive, and potentially dangerous. Depending on the intensity of the etheric emissions, Pashtarat may wish to have words with you. Rest assured, I've kept all values within prescribed limits, and to prevent misuse, its applications are limited to those authorized by the Chief Overseer. Do not misunderstand. To manipulate a subject's memories is an intrusive act I deeply abhor, but it is still preferable to execution. Come now, Chief, let's not be so melodramatic. What was born of ether is simply being reduced to its original state. I know the distinctions concern you, but we mustn't lose sight of the bigger picture, making rational choices for the sake of a more prosperous star. If a creation cannot be properly studied, even with the aid of Kairos, we remake it. If a creation is deemed a detrimental existence, we unmake it. 'Tis all for the greater good, and none question the necessity of such routine processes. I understand these things, I do. I would never think to unleash a clear and undeniable threat into the world. Yet insignificant though their individual lives may be next to all creation, it is all that Lycaons have. Before we seal their fate, we owe it to these beings to exhaust all options, to ensure that nothing has been overlooked. If you insist, let me provide you with a full report, and we may take it from there. Would it be possible for us to attend the discussion, that Emet-Selch may better carry out his duties? By all means. Pray, show them to the meeting room. See what I'm saying? I feel like something happened to Hermes. And he got like a little too sad and depressed and shit, and then just became like this permanent Fandaniel. I don't feel like the Fandaniel name was actually passed on. I think it was him every single time. Or maybe like maybe there's a way to put your memories into the memories of someone else, right? Did they mention that? I'm gonna have to rewatch the sessions to see if that happened. I wonder if there's a way to put your memories into the memories of someone else when you take their name. Kind of like a jobstone. We have a duty to the star, this I know, but it doesn't mean we don't also have a responsibility to the lives we bring into existence here. Let me check something real quick. Okay, I'm good. To man, other beings are just things, to be used and controlled, like magic. That's what Hermes told me once. Okay, I do want to do the side quest, but I will get to them when I'm back in that area. I fear this discussion may take a while, during which time... Bayonetta? Medion, are you feeling unwell? It's not me, Hermes. It's you. I won't go to the meeting. I'll stay with Hayes. Loath though I am to impose, may I leave Medion in your care again? I am in your debt. You'll excuse me. Can you help me with something, Hayes? The meeting will make Hermes sad. I want to cheer him up with a flower. Hermes likes flowers the most, of all the creations in Elpis. Most creations are expected to be interesting, or beautiful, or strong, better in some way. But flowers are different. They're designed to suit our emotions, what we feel and want to convey. Hermes likes that. I can't make flowers, so I'll search for one, and I want you to search with me. Let's start here, at the 12 Wonders. 12 Wonders. Huh. I'm just looking around. Don't mind me. I'm just looking around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that can't be it. I'm just looking around. You know, just not trying to confirm a outlandish theory or anything. Why do they change this? It's so hard to do now. For my hands. I'm gonna have to unlearn like 8 off and on years of repairing muscle memory. Vibrant purple flowers bigger than your hands adorn the tree. Oh, so big and bright! I love them. But they might be too bright. You have to think of the recipient. That's what Hermes said. Okay. I mean, I don't want to blind the dude. A tall, slender tree rises before you. You crane your neck to look at the flowers. No flowers. If they were apples, we could have covered them in syrup. Let's head outside next. Don't worry, we won't wander far. Listen, Medion, you don't want candied apples, alright? They're trash. Okay? They are trash. An array of beautiful flowers grow on the bed. Their mix of colors forming a pattern. Oh, really? These will be better for Hermes, but they're hedged in. That means we shouldn't touch them. They're either under observation or poisonous. Any other place should be fine, though. Let's keep looking. Like here? Can I pick these flowers? You know? Do they really form a pattern, though? Oh, yeah. Huh. This thing is evil. Set on a tall, thin stalk, the oddly shaped flower is mesmerizing in its undulations. Oh, a conion! A flower that can move. When Hermes wasn't looking, it shot seeds at him. Not a good gift, maybe. But you're good, Hayes, at spotting flowers. We'll find something soon. Is that a Marlboro? Is that an enemy or like... Is that part of the quest? This is part of the quest. That's okay. Or maybe it's not part of the quest. Maybe it's just here, like in the area. It's interesting that we get to like a closer look at one of these things, you know? So they're called Marbles in the Naoki Yoshida games, but Marlboros have always like grossed me out in a good way. You spy nothing promising nearby. At best, common-looking grasses with some few tiny flowers. Nothing around here. Ah! Over there, Hayes. Something big, huge. Oh my god, it is part of the quest. Malodorous grass. A terrible stench reminiscent of sodden old boots pervades the air. Without a doubt, the culprit is the morble-like creature before you. It's an Adonis! Adonis? The things around its mouth look like petals, but the flowers are the orbs on its head. Huh. When Hermes inspected it, it swallowed him up. He didn't leave his room for days. What do you think, Hayes? Would he like it? It's probably not the good sort of memory. So not this one either. Finding a good flower. It's harder than I thought. I'm sorry, Hayes, but could we search a little more? Maybe as far as the fields over there. I'll pick something after that, I promise. Oh, fuck off. Alright, you asked for it. I gotta protect Medion. Lush green fields stretch out before you, ending where the sky begins. Huh. Oh, there's nothing. The shiny thing over there. What could it be? Oh, Elpis flowers. Oh, Elpis flowers! They're here too! Hermes likes and dislikes them at the same time. Like me, they're entelecchies. Like me, they feel his pain and turn dark. Wow. That's only for Hermes, though. For others, they're always white and bright. Truly? The flower was dark in your home? Then, do you have it too? A dark emotion. I've been plagued by doubt and anxiety. I'll be honest. I see. Hermes has felt the same. A shortness of breath. The walls closer and closer, but only him. No one else feels it. Oh, fuck. I think this goes with my theory, too. So, like, I think I said, So, oh god, I forgot what episode I said it in. Like, during the original Final Days, right? Like, Aetheris was a perfect society. Literally had nobody had anything to worry about. No negative emotions existed, right? Because everybody was chilling. And then I think I said that maybe there was one person who like stubbed their toe and was like, "Ah, fuck, life sucks, ah!" And they transformed into a beast, and then the final day started, right? Because then the people were scared of dying because of the beast, and it just kept spreading and spreading and spreading. What if that person was Hermes? Right? But she said the only person that ever feels sad is Hermes. Please, Hayes, won't you lend them to me? Your doubt and anxiety. I want you to make the flower dark, in front of Hermes. He has been in a dark place since before he created me. He needs to know that he isn't there alone, that others are sad too. Truly? You'll do it? Thank you, Hayes. Thank you. It means more to me than I can say. I can't wait to see how Hermes reacts. Let's go back and fetch him. Ooh, more side quests. It seems they're still talking. Let's wait until they finish. Damn! Must have been a great conversation.
Hermes!
Oh, you were waiting for me.
You've finished talking?
Yes, we've come to a decision. My thanks for keeping Meteon company. Emet-Selch and Hythlodaeus have already retired to their rooms. There is room for you too, if you would follow me.
Wait! I want to show you something first.
Elpis flowers?
Go on.
Wow.
You're not the only one, Hermes. Others feel sad too. You're not alone.
I see Meteon has shared much with you. May we talk a moment?
Can you see Ether as well?
I do not think it wrong that we live for the star, that we strive to make it a better place. And yet, in carrying out my duties here, there are times when I am plagued by doubt. Do you recall what Hythlodaeus said when we first spoke of my nomination? Death is the privilege of those who have fulfilled their purpose, a choice they embrace of their own free will, and when they depart, it is always beautiful. Perhaps it is, but only for man. Creations that he deems useless are discarded with nary a second thought. Some scarcely born into the world, afforded a handful of breaths before life and potential are abruptly extinguished. We make an effort to spare them the pain, but they sense what awaits. Rage and anguish and cower and fear, and it is not beautiful. Yet no one cares. No one. So fixated are we upon the duty that we do not pause to question the method. Pain and suffering, confusion and despair, writ plain in the eyes of those poor creatures. Yet no one sees. We turn a blind eye and carry on in blissful ignorance. Not amiss. And always, always the blossoms shine pure and white.
Damn.
contradiction so blatant I could scream, want to scream. How can you all accept this aberration? Then I wonder, am I the aberration for thinking thus? And I am filled with dread. But now I know I'm not alone. Not the only one for whom the flowers weep. Owen asked what you thought as you kneeled beside the Elpis, or if you only did it at Meteon's insistence. Nevertheless, I thank you. To know that you too have experienced suffering is a comfort.
Glad I could be of service.
To so willingly lend an ear to ease my burden. You are a strange one. The stars in the heavens. Know you what they are? Though it is too far to tell, each glittering light could be a world not unlike Aetheris. A world filled with life. So many stars, so many lives. For us, there may be no higher purpose than to live for our world. But what of the other living beings out there? What is it that gives their lives meaning? That drives them day after day after day? To pose that question to our undiscovered cousins, I created beings of Dynamis, who can traverse the vast emptiness between the stars. Meteon and her sisters.
There are multiple.
Aye, sisters. She has a great many of them. And they have already departed on their journey, traveling to one star and then the next in search of life. As one might expect, exploration on such a grand scale is rife with difficulties, and thus far I've naught to show for it. But I have faith that we will make some manner of discovery ere long. And when we do, I should be glad to share our findings with you, in gratitude for your kindness. It's getting rather late. We had best find our beds. It would not do for both of us to be sleep-deprived on the morrow. Come, Meteon. Let's head back.
All right.
You good? What the fuck was that? You talking to one of your sisters? Did they strike land? So, one thing I noticed there, right, to kind of go with my somehow Hermes perpetuated himself. He has the same cadence as the Fandaniel that's possessing Asahi. They have a very, very, very similar cadence. Now, I don't know if Asahi and Hermes have the same voice actor, because I don't think the possessor speaks through the body. They use their like voice, right, of the body they possess. But they had a very similar cadence in the way they were speaking. You know, one was obviously a lot more excitable and crazy, but you could hear it in the way he was like dragging out his words, you know, look to the stars. Do the people even know what they, you know what I mean? So I kind of makes my theory a little bit stronger. I'm going to stick with it a little bit more, but where am I on theory crafting? Oh man. Let's see. So right now, I feel like Let me see if I can gather all my thoughts, because there's a lot going on in my head right now. It's a cacophony of just craziness. So, I think Zodiark somehow was an Enteleki. And I think that, you know, as a result of the final days happening, right? Like, because they said Zodiark was created to stop the final days. I think Zodiark is an Enteleki created on a mass scale to absorb the negative dynamis of everybody that was freaking the fuck out during the final days, right? Because they were getting so overfilled with negative dynamis energy that they were having an anti-limit break, if you will, and turning into powerful forms, but negative powerful forms, compared to a positive limit break that manifests itself in Cloud's Buster Sword and, you know, Meteor and other stuff that we, the players, can do, right? Because we're awesome. I think that's what's happening there, right? So they found a way to absorb negative emotions by making a giant mass Enteleki that I guess required sacrifices to manifest itself. But when we destroyed it, we got rid of that, so now it's happening again. And now the final days are happening again. Because the negative energy just keeps building up and building up and building up. It has no outlet, no conductor to kind of pass it through in a healthy way, right? I think that's what's happening. I think Hermes may have been patient zero as far as the final days. I think being that he's the only one that feels genuine, tangible depression, I guess, I think it gets a little too far. And I think he's the first one to turn, and it fucks everything up. And then I think Emmett Selk, right, seeing that Medion has a way of kind of absorbing the emotions, the dynamis energy around people. I think he's like, we must create a version of Meteon that can absorb people, and then Hades is created. That's what I'm oh, I'm sorry, not Hades, Zodiark. That's what I'm going with. I had another one that I wasn't too strong on. I kind of mentioned it briefly, but that's what I think is happening. I think somehow this Hermes perpetuated himself. But see, how could he be patient zero and stay alive long enough to be the Fandaniel that we deal with in the future? I guess job stones, right? Right? You can make or a soul stone, rather. You could have made a soul stone containing his memories, you know, his memories of depression. And I guess that maybe passed down to Amon, and Amon not being able to perceive the memories correctly is like, fuck this shit, I just want the world to die. Right? It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah, Zodiark, the giant pressure relief valve. Yeah, exactly, yeah. That's like, they just talked about that too. They were saying the Kyrios, I believe they called it. Which I feel like we saw in Shadowbringers, right? They said that, it's capable of erasing and, blocking memories to, like, start over. I don't know how that plays in, but it is very similar to the machine they described. So, and again, this is Chekhov's gun, the expansion. Obviously, it's gonna come back in some way, but I don't know if any of my theories on that are strong enough to really say out loud, comfortably anyway. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. He wasn't. So maybe he did turn. Well, I guess I don't know. I'm saying Hermes is either the first person to turn into a blasphemy, or somehow Hermes's Will made it to the future. I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with those two. I'm gonna go with those two. I think Hermes is either patient zero or his depression just somehow made it to the future. Maybe both, actually. Maybe fucking both. You know? But Hermes is the key to a lot of this shit. Hermes and Medion for sure. Plus, oh my god, dude, it writes itself. We already know that Hades, Emet-Selch, is really good at creation magic. We just got that cutscene. But I mean, we already knew that from you know, Shadowbringers, but Emet-Selch is really good with creation magic. It wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility for him to just be like, I need to make a giant godlike being that is kind of like Medion. And then just make it. You know what I mean? It's a lot. This is a good expansion. This is a really good expansion. Unfortunately, Slit, you're joining during you're joining during the worst time. I'm so sorry. I gotta get these done. I gotta do them. I'm gonna do them on Gunbreaker though, just to level it up. Excuse me, Hayes. Why aren't you in uniform? There we go. I do have these coffers. I guess I can use for like to upgrade the gear on my. I mean, is it gonna make that much of a difference? 530 to 539. See, I wish I could see the stats before I open the gear. Let's just try the shoes. Oh! Oh, yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. This is actually what I was gonna make, on my own time. I was gonna buy the mats and craft some, high-quality manganese gear. My inventory is so full. I always say I'm gonna clean my inventory, and then I never do. Fuck. I guess I don't need this bow anymore. Oh, no. Yes, I do. It's on a gear set. Did I get rid of the bow I was using before? Why do I have this? Discard. Go away. Revel Keeper's Chest Wrap of Aiming, don't need that anymore. Bosnian Scouting, I definitely want to keep that. Imperial Gloves of Aiming. Oh, no, I need... Yeah, that's on a gear set. Fuck me, dude. Can I pay for more slots? I'm a pack rat, okay? I don't want to get rid of this stuff. What set is this on? Blue Mage. Man. Yeah, I don't play Blue Mage. What set is this on? Monk. Why? No, goodbye. I need to put this in the Glamour Dresser. Bosnian Boots of Scouting, I gotta keep those. Oh, true. I could put in... My retainer's kind of full, too. But there's a lot more space in here. I probably should just put it in a retainer. A bunch of this stuff. I don't need this anymore. Sabaton's Offending. Goodbye. I just have, like, all this shit. Venetia. No, No, I don't need this. Because the only slaying job I play is Reaper. At the moment, anyway. Goodbye. I don't need this now. By the time I start playing another caster that's not Summoner, I'll probably have some new stuff. I do want to get into playing Black Mage. My saddlebag is also full. Don't need this. Now I need 2 ring slots. I don't think I need this one at all. And I definitely don't need this. I am a hoarder. Look. Okay, I can explain this one though. Most of the stuff in here is stuff that I need, like, so this is my like raid food for ninja. And then, you know, stuff to make like, basically this is where I keep all the stuff that I don't need right now, but will never not need. You know what I mean? So like Cubus flesh for making those crafting potions or drinks that give you like more CP. These are like for raid food. These are all like Eureka items and shit. And then these are like Bazia items that I'll be using. These coins are kind of useless, I'm not gonna lie. This is a trophy. This is a trophy. So I beat... so when I was trying to get this note, right? So this is one of the duel notes. I actually got the note from the fate before the duel, which is possible. It's like a 1% chance, but it's possible. But then I spawned the duel, and then right after it, I won the duel. So I don't need this note, but this is a trophy for actually finally beating that fucking duel. This is the first one I ever beat. Or second one. Yeah, it was the second one I ever beat. And I was really happy that I finally got it. Yeah, see, that's what I was trying to do for a while, and then I got Black Mage to 54, and it suddenly got really hard. And then... and then I stopped playing Black Mage. I think I have these for... I think these are for Eureka gear. Like the stuff in them. You can turn them into, the Eureka stuff. Which is why I think I have these. And this is because I like the diamond weapons. And I didn't know what job to put it on. So I just kind of kept the coffer. Alright, let me put these all in the armory chest. Okay. There we go. I do need to make some. Ooh, this shit looks sick. Look at this thing. That's kind of fire, actually. I'm not gonna use it, but that's cool. I don't think I have a plate with the revolver on it. I have to go back to I have to go back to an inn. What is like the cheapest inn from here? I guess the Crystarium. What's the cheapest inn to get to from literally the past? I'm sure it'll just be a short trip. You know, it's a couple of blocks in 12,000 years. Nothing, you know, it's nothing crazy. I can get rid of some of the glamour sets that I have too with the recent change. As long as you're in an inn, you can glamour over your weapons. You don't have to make like an entire set just for one weapon, like I've done. Where is it? There you go. Do that, and then do that. Get rid of the earrings. The earrings are still on. Hold on. Oh, that's right. I have to, I mean, I'm only wearing this temporarily, but I gotta do all this. A lot of the... Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I can put, things in my glamour dresser as storage. which is what this all is. I don't even know why I have some of this shit. I don't know why I have some of this shit. There we go. And then... Nice. Alright. Let's go back to the past. The Samurai Jack. I love the Squall weapon. If only there was one on the moon. No, I love the Squall weapon. FF8 is a very important game for me. I played it during a time where this isn't like a deep, you know, like life altering story. It was just a time where I didn't really have anything to do, and a lot of my time was spent playing Final Fantasy VIII. My art teacher, actually, he had just given me his old PS1. He was having a baby, and he was cleaning out his storage room to turn it into the baby room. And he found a PS1 in there, and he was like, hey, like, you know, I haven't used this thing. You play video games. Would you like a PS1? And I was like, yeah. And so he gave me his PS1. I had no games for it. I mean, I had games, but, you know, I moved a lot growing up, and they were all over the place. So I had none of the games that I had as a kid, or as like a toddler, basically. And so we had this joint locally. They sell retro games and consoles for a decent price too. It's not even outrageous. And so I walked in there, and there was a copy of Final Fantasy VIII for like 19 bucks. No, not even. I think it was cheaper than that. I think it was way cheaper than that. They had like a black label FF6 for like $70, and then I think next to it was like FF8 for like 20 bucks or less or something like that. And I picked it up, and I played the living fuck out of it, and I ended up really liking Final Fantasy VIII. So I like knowing that I can get the revolver as a weapon for Gunbreaker. Like, there's nothing else I'm going to use, like, ever. So like relics, otherwise I will always use this weapon. My, what a familiar essence you have. Like that of a familiar, if you're familiar with the concept. Bars. Oh, just my little joke. Hayes, was it? I'm Hippotho. Exactly, yeah. A lot of people I've talked to, they say, like, they find FF8 kind of easy. Easy and then confusing at the same time, because, like, you get a lot of damage just by pressing R1 at the right time. But then you also have the draw system, which kind of grinds things to a halt, which it's a pain in the ass. Again, I played FF8 during a time where I had no other responsibilities, and I was literally sitting every day after school. I was sitting in the house from 3 o'clock till 11 o'clock, doing nothing. And so, like, I had time to waste. So, like, the whole draw thing didn't really bother me too much, because I didn't really have anywhere else to be. But, you know, obviously now, right, like, spending your time sitting in a boss fight for half an hour, just drawing as much magic as much Ultima, specifically, as possible on all of your characters, like, you know. Yes, we're getting to that. Hayes, say hello to our familiar friend here. She's an Eloros. The Eloroi are one of our newest creations. Highly attuned to abnormalities in their environment. At the first sign of danger, they'll sound the alarm, by which I mean mew loudly. Oh, yeah. Very easy. Just draw Ultima 300, or, well, like, what, 297 times, and put it on all your characters, and GG. Though we do our best to observe all our creations, Elpis is simply too large to maintain a constant vigil over each and every temperamental species. A more efficient means of detecting conflict between creatures was in order. Although, see, the downside of the draw system is that I feel like the only negative thing was that it was tied to your stats as well as being an attack. So you would draw all this magic and then feel like you can't use it, you know? And I guess maybe they designed the game with the intention of you fluctuating your stats, but obviously us as players, we're not going to do that. We just want to do more damage. You know what I mean? So obviously we're gonna build our characters in ways where it's like, oh, you know, like, we're strong as fuck just using normal attacks and limit breaks. I don't have to use this magic that's giving me all these stats. Right? And I feel like if they were to remake 8, they should probably, like, find a way to make the draw system relevant, but just not have it tied to your stats, or tie to your stats in a different way. I don't know what that way would be, but just make incentivize us to use the magic that we're drawing. So it's not just like sitting there. Though we do our best to observe all of our creations, Elpis is simply too large to maintain a constant vigil over each and every temperamental species. A more efficient means of detecting conflict between creatures was in order. Thus, have I taken this Alaros, God, these names, under my wing, to further develop her capabilities in this area. And she does enjoy her little walks. Yeah! I mean, that's definitely a better idea than their default. It was just awkward, you know? It was just really awkward. But the game itself was, like, really fun. Honestly, 8 has a lot of my favorite music in the series, too. Fisherman's Horizon, Balam Garden. I don't remember the name of the city, but the song was called Fast and Slow. It was a city where you meet Laguna when he's, like, the president of the city. You know what I'm talking about? Like, that futuristic city with the... Okay, this is a core memory. It's a futuristic city, but surrounding it in the, like, wild area, it's a bunch of fucking Marlboros. So getting to that area is absolute hell. But once you're in it, it's just like this big city, and then the song Fast and Slow plays. But yeah, FF8 has a lot of good music. But you're right, it does get overshadowed by 6, or, well, yeah, 6. 7 and, what else did you say? 9? Yeah. I still gotta finish 9. I've never finished 9, actually. This evening, we are testing her ability to pinpoint sites of conflict. Would you like to observe? Simply tell her that her task has begun, and she'll do her utmost to locate disruptive creatures. Please do subdue any unruly subjects once you found them. You can't have beasts running amok. Run amok. Mew Mew! Follow the Elaros and try not to fall behind. Is that what it was called? I don't remember the name. All I remember is that Laguna was the president. It sounds right, though. I remember the song more than I remember the name of the city, because I used to listen to that song all the time. You know what I kind of want to do? I kind of want to replay all of the Final Fantasies I played growing up, but with the knowledge I have now. Because, like, back in the day, with RPGs, I would just, like, stick to a core group of characters. And all of my other characters would go under-leveled. Even in, like, Pokemon, too. Like, just basic shit like that. But I kind of want to see what it would be like to play some of those old Final Fantasies, but actually balancing out my party. Because I might have an easier time. I think I told this story before. Like, in FF10, I never used Kamari. And then I got to that part where you had to use Kamari to 1v2 people. And I couldn't progress the game for a long time. Silence and motion, not fast and slow. Silence and motion. Yeah, that song is an absolute banger. Yolaros alerts you to 2 nearby creatures that are facing one another down, and looks at you expectantly. Alright, yeah, break it up. Break it up. Yeah, I like it. You know, I actually, I never ever, what am I, 5? I've never, played FF5. That's not entirely true now, but I played the Pixel Remaster for like an hour. I kind of want to play Final Fantasy 5. You know? Kind of go through it. I hear the job system is like really, really like good, like better than 3. But I've never played it myself. Yeah. Legit, all I did was, God, do I even remember? I remember Bart's by a fire. Oh, I didn't even accept all the quests. I was just doing this one. Tactics over 5. Okay. Okay. So what is 5 missing that Tactics has? But I do like Tactics a lot. Crows, take that little sod. Where's it gone? Oh, I was unaware we had a visitor. Pardon my language. I should hate to give a poor impression of Elpis with my unprofessional behavior. Alas, I am quite at my wit's end with this new cultivar. We were fortunate not to have overheard worse. Its restorative properties are superlative, that much is true. Yet what possessed its creator to give it such nimble legs, I shall never understand. I really must impress upon those fools at the words of Halmarit that not everything need be ambulatory. I tried leashing it, fencing it in, staring at it with all my might, each to no avail. Its resourcefulness is far beyond what one could, and I dare say should, wish of a vegetable. Given that it shows such signs of sentience, however, perhaps it is possible for another intelligent creation to commune with it. Are you willing to make that attempt? When it embarked upon its most recent bid for freedom, I sent my assistant after it. His own legs have grown quite powerful at by this point, so with any luck, you'll find them not too far to the west. Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, one of these days I gotta try it out. And I think I want to do it... I think I want to do it blind on my first playthrough, but then play it again with, like, some kind of guide. You know, because I feel like the game has a lot to... From what I hear, the game has a lot to uncover. With, like, the job system and the bestiary and, you know, all that shit. And, like, I would like to do all that, but I feel like playing it blind the first run through, not really consulting a guide for anything, you know, just kind of letting my experience be my experience is part of the fun of 5. You know? Like, I think with games like that where your experience is highly customizable, it's nice to have different stories than your friends. You know what I mean? And so I think I'm going to play it for my first run through without knowing how to unlock any of the other jobs. I'm just going to, like, play and see what happens. Everyone certainly seems content to allow their familiars to wander about unattended of late. I must say, it's becoming something of a distraction. I've been attempting to prune this bush for ages. Who is responsible for you? Finally, a kindred spirit. I'm glad I'm not the only one. A Zem, you say? In that case, I suppose some degree of independence is to be expected. I take it you're the resilient sort as well. You name it, I've been punched by it. That's wonderful to hear. The Akantha population around the Wonders is in need of culling, you see. The appropriate number of specimens has been moved to the Hungering Gardens. I don't like the sound of that name. A far more suitable habitat, but the remainder need to be cut down ere they harm the local environment. You can attract one by applying this nectar water to yourself, perhaps over by the beacon to the northeast. You should hate for the creature to lumber over here and mistake anyone else for a tasty snack after all. Yeah, maybe one of these days, you know, maybe when I'm caught up with Endwalker, because, like, I bought 5 specifically to play on Steam Deck, like, while I was traveling and at work and stuff. Maybe I'll just do that. You know, like, when I'm, like, caught up with Endwalker and I'm, you know, slowing down on 14 and I'm playing other games, maybe I'll just play 5. You know? Bringing it around with me like a Game Boy. Where did you come from? Get back, quickly! How odd. Generally speaking, this Grips would sooner gore you than look at you. Did your creator imbue you with a special talent for soothing savage beasts, perchance? Curious indeed. I dare say this calls for further experimentation. I don't suppose you'd be willing to attempt to fly on his back. I hope the Grips will find use as a mount, you see, but its aggression towards unfamiliar faces has precluded any real trials thus far. Please consider it. Oh, I will consider it. Despite appearances, Alcmene has a lot on her mind. Oh, aren't you just adorable? Yes, you are. Can I help you? My apologies, dear. Your whimsically diminutive stature misled me. Fortunately, I have a task perfectly suited to an oh-so-grown-up familiar such as yourself. I would like you to inspect the flower beds north of here. I suspect they will have accumulated some ethereal masses. Should you find any, please bring them to me. Do look carefully now. If I needed someone to wander off with the task half finished, I would have asked one of the other researchers. Abandon. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Oh, no, no, I said hello. I gotta abandon again. I gotta abandon again. No, that can't be set in stone. Nope, I'm sorry. I gotta, nope. Can I help you? Alright. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm petty. Alright. Let's, I mean, I guess this guy's right here. Let's do his task. Are you willing to ride the grips? Splendid. We can begin immediately, assuming you have your preferred riding trousers on. Yes, my underwear is ready. Hey, easy there, buddy. Come on. Hold an altitude. Both of you have wonderfully relaxed riding postures. What say you to a little tour of Elpis? Yes, please, actually. Yes. I would do it with no UI if I could, but this is good enough. Look at it, man. I'm trying to like hold an angle, but it's kind of forcing me this way. Look at this fucking place, man. What is this? Please talk about this tree. I've noticed this for a while. Okay, thank you. Please talk about it. Nyota Forion's beauty is ever striking. Note the blossoms, which change according to Alpha seasons and ethereal balance. A true masterwork. Your grip seem quite content. A result of the flower's sweet perfume and your masterful handling, no doubt. Huh. So it's spring in Elpis right now, I'm assuming. I mean, it looks like spring, but, you know, I don't know. It's 12,000 years ago. I don't know. Spring might be called, like, Glucksnard or something. With the way they named their monsters. These beacons are crucial to our operations here in Elpis, and make convenient lodestars for flying specimens under observation. Successful concepts sight them from a distance, and can approach without hesitation. Your grips has passed that test of flying colors, so let us return to solid ground. Huh. So if I remember correctly, the beacons actually keep the islands afloat. I believe Hermes told us that yesterday. An elegant landing. Another mark in favor of the grips' utility as a mount. I believe I have the data I need. Thank you for your cooperation. I'm sure you were curious as to what today's trial means for our friend here. If you like, we can speak further back at the Wonders. It was staring at me. I felt like it was. Oh, there's a fate over there, but it's so far away. All right. Are there none here? To examine the flower bed closely, there are no ethereal masses to be found. Oh, okay, that counts. Alright. There's a quest objective up there, actually. I'm gonna grab that. It really is, man. I know I said Garlemald was gonna be the first area I get to level 3. I think it's gonna be this one. Now, I know I'm like a third of the way with Garlemald, but I think I'm gonna pivot and do this one first. This must be the location Chloris mentioned. Applying the nectar water to yourself ought to attract an Acantha or two. And I mean, I guess I could be working on Garlemald like now, but you know, a sweet scent with a touch of ripeness fills the air. Holy shit! It's one of you, Ochu. Look at this thing. These things always look so funny to me. There's a map on a oh, fuck off. There's a map on a VR chat that has like a it's like a so it's based on Final Fantasy 13. And there's a bit where it's like a jumping puzzle. And there's one of those at the end of it. And it's not scary, right, when you're just playing it flat. It's way scarier seeing one of those up close when your brain thinks it's real, right? So I kind of like every time I see one of those, it reminds me of just that one bit of that FF13 map. But I gotta get my my VR controllers working again, man. It's been a long time. I have the parts. I've actually started the process of fixing them, but I keep putting it off to play Endwalker. Hirax would ask you a question with absolutely no ulterior motive whatsoever. Oh, you are a Zem's familiar, are you not? I pose you a question. Imagine an object you truly desire lies before you. What do you do? Shout need. Take it, I guess. I see. As rumored, you do show a glimmer of intelligence. Avarice is a mark of sentience, you know. Speaking of which, my pot of nectar has recently gone missing, along with the nymphi I was observing. Welcome as this confirmation of their intelligence is, they aren't meant to eat all of that at once. Of course, should I pursue them, they will like as not hide for fear of reprisal while they devour the lot. However, they may respond if a fellow familiar expresses his doubt that so much nectar truly belongs to them, if you take my meaning. Yeah, I'd be scared of reprisal too. I don't like having my damage reduced. Isle designer. Fortified enclosures. That would be dreadfully dull for all involved. Oh, if only there were someone who... Aha! You have impeccable timing, my friend. I'm in need of a bit of assistance, you see. Do you even have any money? If you insist. I assure you that I do. Now listen, we have been asked to design a new island for the purposes of containing and monitoring poisonous specimens. Alas, we know little of such concepts, and last I attempted a bit of research, I woke up 3 days later with far too much information about grips. You, however, have the look of a familiar that could not possibly care less about this subject. Thus do I require your services. You need only ask the researchers at Anagorisis for a brief introduction to poisonous creatures, and steadfastly ignore any niggling... What'd you call me? No, I'm playing curiosity in favor of reporting back here. I guess we can do the fate. No! They're beavers! The nymph squeaks innocently in response to your query, but you have ample reason to doubt its sincerity. No. I don't like these guys. The nymph waddles away, looking rather pleased with itself. It's crazy how I switch to high alert whenever I see these guys. The nymph waddles away, but not before you catch a strong whiff of nectar. It's the last one. I don't even care. I want to do this fate. I wonder how many I could pull at level 87 with no good gear. It's kind of a mix. Let's see, I'll try 3. Oh, okay, well, I guess I'm doing 4. It's not so bad. Oops. I'm gonna do that. Oh, this guy's helping. I'll gather them all up. Alright, buddy, do damage. The hell? Oh, it went away. Damn it. Come here. Can I provoke? Okay, so provoke doesn't work in fates. I didn't know that was a thing. Until recently. Get in here. Nice. Decent little chunk of XP. Alright, let's go back to the objective. Chocobo's running them down, man. Oh, is it down the cliff? Little shit, there you are. I hate these things so much. The nymph squeals in a presumably disgruntled fashion and waddles away. The poisonous species one is back here, I'm pretty sure, so that should be good. Let's turn all these in. I'm gonna turn in this one first, just in case it's a cinematic. It might be. It probably isn't, though. She seems quite content, but in the name of science, what were the results? As I expected. Well done, little one. Magnificent creatures, the both of you. It's a shame we cannot give you a pair of tiny wings and a bell, too, but it's against protocol, I'm afraid. The Isloroy are enchanted with theirs at birth, so they are able to acclimate properly. Ah! So those are real wings. I'm certain you have your own unique potential to rise to, however. In fact, why not join us for another phase of testing? Yep, here we go. So, what's interesting, and I use this minion for a long time, actually, the Gala Kitten. It says, though its wings appear to be constructs of some sort rather than actual body parts. I guess they are actual wings. I'm so pleased that you are willing to join us in further research. Thus far, you have noted this Alloy's response to stimuli. However, the Alloy have one more very special capability. Aren't you curious? You'll be pleased to know that I have dispatched one additional Alloy to fly about the 12 Wonders. Then, if she is working as designed, the phenomenon should be clearly observable. I expect that you will be able to collect evidence of it from my fellow researchers, say Olaros, Deucalion, and Chloris. Do present your conclusions to me when you've finished. Those are some names. Those are some names. Tiny winged creature? Do you refer to Hippotho's familiar, perchance? I did see it not long ago. I know not where it's gone off to, I regret to say. I would assist in your search, but I must put brush to parchment before I forget what I meant to write. Outside of my observational duties, I have been laboring over a treatise on aquatic flora, you see. Yet, rereading my work a moment ago, I was suddenly struck with how trite my conclusion sounds. I believe I know precisely how to strengthen it, however. I dare say even Halmerich shall be impressed by my insight. Cool. Olaros. Isn't this the most darling familiar you have ever seen? Behold its soft and fluffy fur, its pudgy belly, its charming little bell, its eyes that gaze imploringly into the very depths of your soul. It makes you want to dismantle it and gobble its adorable ether right up, does it not? I dare not, of course. Whoever it belongs to would be quite cross indeed. Yet even to gaze upon it stokes me with a creative passion the likes of which I have never known. Mew. Ah, I see. It breeds creativity. Alas, my muse. Perhaps I need create my own familiar of surpassing cuteness after all. You said the 12 Wonders. The 12 Wonders are not over here. Right? Am I stupid? Oh, I think one of them is probably, yeah, it's Chloris. Okay. Ah, the scent of nectar water and fresh-cut vines. You did as I asked. 'Tis much appreciated. The acantha grow and propagate quickly. Too quickly, as I have learned. Their short life cycle makes them an excellent source of fertilizer in woodland areas. I hoped this factor would be enough to keep their population in check, but it appears that without natural predators, they proliferate so fast as to smother the local flora. Huh. Moving them to the gardens will do for the moment, but I must find the means to make them less invasive as a species, lest they be deemed unsuited to this world. I couldn't bear to see that happen to my darlings. Oh, did I neglect to mention that I am the creator of the acantha concept? A great many of those who research the creations in Elpis submit our own concepts from time to time, you know. It would be wasteful not to put the knowledge we gain from our observations to use. Just as it would be wasteful to allow my darlings to be sent to Leith. I will make this concept work. I promise you that. So Leith is a place? Interesting. I would advise you keep your head down. I guess Leith is where they recycle the concepts. I would advise you to keep your head down. I saw some manner of creature darting about in the air just now. If it carries on like that, it's only a matter of time before it collides with someone's skull. It startled me so badly that I accidentally created a winged fish, of all things, which itself escaped to the skies ere I knew it. Though now that I have a moment to reflect on its speedy departure, perhaps the ability to fly is not so wasted upon aquatic creatures as I believed. Surely a boon would give them heretofore unknown capacity to evade predation. The recent fashion for flying concepts may have something to it, after all. I really must pay a visit to the bureau of the architect next time in Amarat. I doubt anyone has registered a winged fish yet. Cool. Wait till this guy hears about the flying fish. Welcome back. You'll be pleased to know that based on these results, I'm confident the groups can be trained to become the perfect mount. It scorns unfamiliar or clumsy hands, yes, but so long as it trusts its rider, it serves him incomparably. Given Hermes' own expertise, flying creatures are always subject to immense scrutiny before approval. Even so, I have no doubt that our proud friend will pass muster. Tales of loss and fire and faith. Did you scrutinize every corner of the beds? As I suspected, masses of earthen aspect. The Gardens of the 12 Wonders reflect the balance of dynamic and stagnant ether of all 6 aspects. An excess of activity in a single aspect leads to this type of agglomeration. Tis these flowers' way of bearing fruit, so to speak. Beautiful as they may sound, ethereal masses indicate that we must adjust the ethereal balance in Elpis to maintain an ideal environment. It's not for you to worry your dear little head about, of course. Such magic is as simple as breathing for us. Run along now. I hate you. I actually hate you. I actually hate... Wait, what'd you say? Specialize in illusions. Illusions. Huh. Hippo! I think I know what they do. I see you have spoken to everyone. And what are your findings? Exactly right. The Ilaroi bless those they meet with inspiration. After all, we are at our best and our brightest when our hearts are at ease. Clarity of thought and faith in ourselves, we can do anything. And what could possibly quell inner turmoil so well as a lovable creature like this? Mew mew mrar. It seems duty calls. She senses another irregularity. Off you go then, dear girl. With today's results, the Ilaroi's concept will be approved in no time. I am truly fortunate to have such wonderful familiars to work with. Yourself included, of course. Cool. Alright. Let's use both of these and put them on our gunbreaker. Well, that was nice. Maybe they're happy that I'm getting into it. You've returned, but where are my nymphi? Dead, I hope. You should probably forget about those. What in the world are you talking about? Come now, tell me what you saw. Spare no detail. I'm a professional. Strange, round-furred creatures that waddled? My nymphi were bright and winged. Fey folk! He created nymph. They're fey folk. And the beavers ate them! Or turned them. Not ate. Transformed them. I hate beavers. My nymphi were bright and winged. Oh no. No. No, that's absurd. Tell no one of this. Some things are better off lost. What the fuck? Can I get an answer? I just want an answer. What are they doing to them? Oh, let me equip the gear. Oh, this shit looks fire as fuck. Look at this. That is cool as hell. Well, I'm gonna get rid of it. Grilla sent you to commune with... Let me try that again. Grilla sent you to commune with the Mandragora. Best of luck. Oh, okay, we're putting in cheat codes now? Mandragora emits a screech not unlike the sound of a Magitech airship's hull rending in twain, but it is unclear what this is meant to convey. Did that help? So even its fellow creations cannot understand it. What a pity. Granted, I did suspect its vocal organ was unique. Ha! If you took the same form, that may be less of an obstacle. Though I am admittedly unversed in the original design specifications, I should have little difficulty transforming you into its mirror. Shall we have a go? Wonderful. Now stand still. Okay. Oh, shit. So this is what it feels like to be a Lalafell. If anything, you understand even less than you did before. How was that? One moment, please. Pardon me. I had not the slightest idea what you were saying. Would you mind repeating that? Foiled again. Nevertheless, we have gained valuable data. Alas, please inform Grillos that it may be some time before I return. That dude is speaking in wingdings. Did you locate the Mandragora? Seemingly incapable of comprehensible communication, is it? Perhaps its degree of intelligence bears further scrutiny. Of course, if upon further observation it is deemed sentient, it will be subject to even greater scrutiny to ensure that it can be safely let loose. To understand each creation in all its aspects and conclusively prove it beneficial or detrimental to the star, such is our duty and burden as researchers. At least we could say with certainty that its legs work. Hold on, let me read that again. I feel like I glanced. Ah, okay. Alright, let's head back over to... and do all those side quests. Okay, I did go there. Oh, I don't believe we've met. As much as I would like to engage in more meaningful conversation, I am actually in the midst of searching for someone. It's my mentor, who taught me practically everything I know. Now she has relinquished her role and is ready to make her final journey. But before she does, there is an important matter I must convey to her. Oh. The last concept in her care, a beautiful winged creature, has been approved for life on Etheirys. Please, will you help me look for her? There's a strong chance you will find her at Philomathus Notos. Her most distinguishing feature is her chestnut-colored hair tied into a single flowing lock, much like a Monoceros' tail. Oh my, aren't you adorable? Actually, there's something you might be able to help me with. A visitor from the Bureau of the Architect has arrived at Propylion to deliver new concepts. Propylion, deliver new concepts. I would like you to offer her the warmest of welcomes. Normally we'd have our own familiars attend to such duties, but most of them are already entertaining other guests. There's been rather a lot lately, you see. On the other hand, this will be the perfect opportunity to show her an entirely new and... what's a nice way to put this? Idiosyncratic familiar. That being you, of course. I'm sure she'd be delighted to meet you. Nobody calls me idiosyncratic and gets away with it. The quintessential example of a poisonous specimen is the Morble Marquis, of course. Never was there a creation so foul, so pungent, hence the name. Indeed, the concept has lately been adjusted to prevent any further accidents. But the Marquis, oh, the Marquis. It blinds the eyes and paralyzes the body, even as the mind desires nothing so much as to vomit continually to purge its stench. How do they ever make that thing? You have learned the odoriferous origin of Morbles. Oh, well, there you go. You were soliciting ideas for an Isle of Poisonous Concepts. In that case, you might ask after the new cultivar from the Chthonic Horns. I'm told it bears poison fruit. You learned of a deadly new cultivar. A familiar come to observe us observers, are you? But what are you called? Hazneda. Haze, you say? Is a fine name. I'm Phadius, a researcher here at Anagrisis. We are currently preparing a section of this isle for a new creation. For this, we need to expel those creatures that inhabit said area, that will not interfere with our tests. The simplest way to do so is to have the Ampelos sneeze. The explosive noise never fails to send nearby critters fleeing. A Gobu? We were just about to attempt to this task, but seeing as you are here, how would you like to give it a try? Sure. I knew you would be keen. To look at you, 'tis plain you are an inquisitive sort of familiar. Now then, my Beastkeeper colleague is already on site to the northeast of here. Seek him out, and he will tell you what to do. Let's get the Ether Current quests. Ah, this is the cinematic. Welcome, friend, to Anagorisis. I'm Sokles, and I manage this region under the authority of Chief Hermes, the head overseer of Elpis. And you are... Oh, how unusual. A soul-bearing familiar. A familiar must have a mission, and yet you offer no message and carry no cargo. Are you perhaps here for the purposes of observation? Yes, that must be it. In which case you need only mention my name to Charmion, and she will gladly give you a tour of our domain. Soak it all in. A familiar and all alone, I see. And look at how thin you are. If your remaining ether were to be exhausted, you'd simply fade from existence. And we wouldn't want that now, would we? I suggest you visit the Morning Dew. You'll find the winds blowing in from the Leith most invigorating. You know what's crazy to me? They say, like, oh wow, your ether is so thin, blah blah blah, but like, imagine what Y'shtola sees when she sees us. Our ether is like exploding, basically, right? Because at the very least, we have a couple of different people inside of us, right? And so our ether is like blinding, and these people are like, oh, wasn't that cute? Perhaps while you're there, you might seek out a friend of mine and invite him to share a meal with me. If it is not too much to ask, that is. Charmion. Mion? Yes? Yes, what can I do for you? Hayes, is it? And Overseer Suckleys wishes me to act as your guide. Oh. Oh, no, I didn't mean it like that. I would be more than happy to show you around. I'm simply wondering why the Overseer chose to send you to me, of all people. I haven't been here long myself, truth be told. Until quite recently, I was wholly engaged in a prolonged research project at the Academia Enider. Surely there are other, more experienced individuals who could provide a more comprehensive... This grumbling is hardly constructive now, is it? The task was given to me, and I will attempt to cover the most salient features of our facilities to the best of my abilities. After all, it is not every day that one is asked to indulge the curiosity of such a rare and fascinating visitor. We can commence the tour this very moment if you like. Yeah. Well, let us begin. You know, rather than having me lecture you as we walk along, I think observing firsthand what we do here in Anagorisis would prove more beneficial. I will point you in the right direction, and you can question my colleagues to your heart's content. Once we've completed a circuit, we can return and speak to Overseer Suckles. Alright. We ride into the... Oh, wow, that's far away. Never mind. Let me accept this quest as well. Azem, what in the blazes are you doing here? Hold on. You seem thinner, somehow. Oh. You can see ether, too. Or ether color. You have much in common with him, but it's clear you're not one of us. A familiar, perhaps. I suppose it's just like him to send one of his minions to poke its nose into our affairs. Well, since you're here, instead of hanging around like a bad smell, why don't you make yourself useful? Fuck you. I want you to take this latest work of mine, a new variety of fruit, to my colleagues. In the meantime, I will be cultivating more specimens in the chthonic horns. Yes, you heard that correctly. Cultivating, not simply conjuring with creation magics. Aye, the fruit I produce is a labor of love. Now that my newest masterpiece is close to completion, I would have my fellow researchers sample its delights. I wish to hear their impressions before I make the final adjustments. Unfortunately, for all their wisdom, I find them intolerable at the best of times. Never mind when they are critiquing my work. For that reason, I would have you go in my stead. And be quick about it, lest the fruit spoil as a result of your dogma. Boy, if you don't... if you don't respect me... Sorry. Charmion! Oh, and who's your friend? Azim's familiar. Why you appear so astute and deliberate in your thinking? Must you very much like to make an extended study of your composition and consciousness? Oh, do forgive my forwardness. It is my duty to chart the behavior of familiars, and I find it ever so diverting. Arcane servants are really permitted to roam the world at will, you see, but our research here is given special dispensation. Once the subjects are properly registered as concepts, of course. There are times when familiars are tasked with tending cattle, or must otherwise coexist with other living beings. Such projects are brought to me, and I am responsible for observing and evaluating their potential compatibilities. Oh, but of course, if Azem might grant us permission, then you gotta bide here for a few days while I analyze. And on that note, you really must be moving along. Step lively, Hayes. Alright, buddy. Poisonous creatures? Why, there's one right here. Oh god, it has a face. As you can see, its skin is translucent. The body within is, shall we say, squishy. Fortunately for it, those beautiful sleeve-like appendages conceal countless minute stinging darts. Most other creatures cannot do so much as touch it, let alone devour it. It would be fascinating to see how it fares against non-aquatic concepts. Oh, perhaps it could even fly. Should a light enough gas be incorporated into the membrane? You have learned a disturbing fact about stinging invertebrates. Let's do this quest, it's on the way. You wish to speak with me? My impressions? Very well. Good gracious, what is this? It's so outrageously bitter. Something akin to a wave of icy cold to spread throughout my entire body. I certainly wouldn't eat this out of choice, but it could be made into a medicine for staving off the heat in arid environments. Oh my god, he invented the cold plant. Is that a fate out there? What is that? A lot of people beating up one enemy. What do we have here? A familiar of some kind, judging by your ethereal structure. Yes, I am accompanying Hayes here on a tour around Enagrisis, at the behest of the Overseer. A tour? And feel free to wander as you please, of course, but I advise keeping your distance from the larger creatures. The fauna I have under observation occupy the top tier of the food chain, and do not take kindly to intruders in their territory, especially the specimens found on the other islands. They can be exceedingly hostile. While I am sure you are quite capable of defending yourself, no one appreciates a surprise tusk to the abdomen, eh? Thank you for the warning. We will proceed with due caution. You are the familiar who arrived at Emmett Silk in Hythlodaeus, yes? And what do we have here? New species of fruit, huh? Well, let's hope it tastes better than it looks. Damn. My word! What an unusual flavor. Equal parts bitter, musty, and tart. Not entirely unpleasant. I am curious to know how such a thing was created. Grown from seed in the chthonic horns, you say? In my experience, leaving such things to nature leads to wildly varying results. To have bred such a specimen must have been incredibly time-consuming, not to mention inefficient. Oh, okay, bye. Hello, Charmion. Was there something? The Overseer asked that I give this familiar a tour of the grounds, and I thought the best way to do that was to show him what we do here firsthand. I see. Well, as my work is rather difficult to demonstrate, I hope a brief explanation will suffice. Our creations are many and varied, but I mainly preside over the plant life. When it comes to watching certain grasses grow, one must be prepared to observe over the course of several years, and in the case of trees, sometimes decades. Tedious perhaps, yet necessary. Plants are capable of altering an entire habitat, and their presence as a food source has an enormous influence on the local wildlife. True. Was that the sort of thing you wish to know? Yes, that was perfect, thank you. I think we've covered the main areas of interest. All that's left now is to speak with Overseer Sokles. Alright, I'm gonna get that out of the way, so she's not following me everywhere. Oh, damn. I guess it's probably pronounced Sokles. Ah, I see you've completed your tour. Almost. We spoke with those in charge of the various facets of Anagorisis, but I thought it would be fitting to end this visit where it began, with you, Overseer Sokles. I see. And what is your impression of the work we do here? Equal levels of passion and patience. I'm glad we could help further your worldly education. And I'm glad to see you enjoyed the experience. At least I hope you did. You are truly a masterpiece of creation. Only a soul-bearing familiar could demonstrate such robust cognitive and cogitative? Hold on, what's cogitative? Meditating, contemplating. Oh. The cogitative faculty distinguishes humans from animals. I've never seen that word. Cognitive, yeah, but not cogitative. Were you perhaps designed to inspire others? I feel something special has been woven into your aura. That'd be an interesting theory. You have an intriguing presence, to say the least. But please stay a while and share more of your thoughts with us. Yes, I second this invitation. In all the long years I have resided here, never have encountered such a unique entity, and one of Azem's too, no less. Hayes, how is our fascinating familiar friend? What is it about you that ignites my observer's soul? Well, now that we've been properly introduced, perhaps you could tell us more. Yes, I would very much like to know how you see the world, how everything, large or small, appears to your eyes. Assuming you are amenable to the idea, you must join Charmion on another tour. This time take a wider look at the surrounding facilities. Yeah. I see. Then we shall delight in teaching each other. But where to begin? Which facility do you suggest, Overseer? Oh, any place you feel will best elicit a response from our guest. Right, yes, of course. Well then, Hayes, come with me and we'll visit the arcane entities on the south side of Anagorisis. Alright, bet. It'll be a moment, though. Are you lost, little familiar? For me? Why, yes, I should love to. Why, yes, I should love to try a piece. I don't mean to be rude, but this falls somewhere between rather foul and positively revolting. It's so bitter, it's practically inedible. It's raw! More important, however, is the question of whether this fruit would serve its intended function. If wild animals cannot bring themselves to eat it, the seeds would never be spread. Can't imagine this creation being approved in its current state. Damn. I'm gonna have to ruin that man's life like that. Like, jeez. We have yet to register an official name for this specimen, so we simply call it the Bird of Elpis. What is your first thought upon beholding this majestic creature? Where's its face? Oh, is that its face? This thing looks crazy. Have I seen it before? That I want to ride it into the sky. I don't want to, like, kill it for no reason. Fascinating. Imagine a familiar which supplements its deficiencies by taking a mount with the desired capability. In this case, flight. In any case, I'm eager to hear more of your responses. You truly are unlike any construct I've ever met, familiar or otherwise. Let's continue southward, shall we? I'd like to hear your opinion on this next facility. Oh, there's a fate. Gotta do it. It's not. It wasn't too far away. An inadvertent profusion of invasive ophions is proving deleterious to the environment. The time is coming to put things right for the sake of the star, naturally. Oh god, I'm being attacked by everything. I don't want to fight the Monoceros. I just want to fight the snakes. The rip snakes. Go away. Probably hold 4. Oh shit, dodge. Well, I mean, I could probably hold 4 if I don't get hit by dumb shit. Yeah, welcome. I've already committed on this guy. I'm sure they could be stunned. I need to get more used to stunning things. Like you. Excuse me, what are you doing over there? You're on the clock. I have arms like 2, I forgot about that. I mean, like, I'm not dying, it's just taking forever. Because, like, tank damage. I think it's only 2 more. I'm just gonna do single target on 2 of them. Yeah, this should be the last one. There we go. Alright. Where was I going? I guess I'll turn this quest in. This is right here. And then I'll head south. What's up, buddy? You're returned. Minus 3 fruit samples, I presume. Is that so? Not one of them found it to their liking. claim my last attempt was too sweet, and now it's too bitter? Honestly, the nerve of these so-called experts. As they shall soon learn, I am not so easily deterred. For my next creation, I'll cross-pollinate sour and sweet varieties, and see what they have to say about that. I'll show them it's these wildly varying results that come from adherence to natural processes that have the power to defy expectations. And as a familiar of Azem himself, I'm sure you can appreciate that. Huh. Interesting. So I guess Azem just likes things to kind of happen the way they happen. You know? Any way the wind blows? Wind, the traveler? You know? I don't know, maybe there's something there. You wish to speak with me? Ah, yes. I had a feeling she might say that. As I have told her, my decision has been made. What about that winged creature? It was a success. Glad tidings to be certain, but my work is done. This news was more than sufficient, and I thank you for it. What quest is this? Nothing can deter me from my chosen course, and I must join my predecessor. Oh, right. It's the person who's taking up this guy's mantle, or her mantle. Nothing can deter me from my chosen course, and I must join my predecessors in the hereafter. Tell Blast to name the creature as she pleases, and that I wish her every happiness. And now our brief encounter has reached its end. Farewell. What happens? You can you just will yourself into the live stream? Why not just? I mean, I guess it's like a religious thing with him, but why not just keep going? You know? I mean, it doesn't even seem like it's a religious thing. It seems more like a morality thing. More like once you've done what you're put on Earth to do, you know, like what else do you do? Everybody has their purpose, and you did it. It just kind of sucks to just go away, though. Okay, then. That structure over yonder houses some of our more unorthodox researchers. Rather than weave creation magics, they breed existing specimens in the hopes of begetting new strains and species. The method is imprecise, the outcome uncertain. To my eyes, such research seems awfully self-indulgent. Merely a means to sate the whims of one's intellectual curiosity. Our purpose in life is to improve Aetherius. In my opinion, we should steer clear of techniques which produce flawed results. You have no use for flawed creations? What makes them flawed? And that bothers you? Are you concerned you'll be evaluated and found wanting? I never considered it that way. Thank you. I had thought to broaden your horizons, and here I am realizing how narrow my own views can be. Hardly a desirable quality in an observer. Time for a spot of rest and reflection, I say. Shall we move on to the morning dew? It's favored by many an observer for its calming tranquility. Interesting. Oh, we can actually go over there. This is like a thing. The Chthonic Horns! Ah! Okay, yeah. Okay, so we've heard about that place several times. I don't know if the side quest will tell me. Damn, which one was it? I don't think you can actually see them in the journal. The only side quests that show up are the blue ones. Probably shouldn't have looked at that. I didn't read it. I didn't read it. I realized it said Loporrit, and I was like, let me not read it. What a pleasant surprise. You must be one of the most staggeringly generic familiars I've ever seen. Okay, bye. We're done here. Eurodome chose a representative well, it would appear. As a matter of fact, I too have an errand to ask of you. Namely the delivery of these concepts. I brought them all the way from Academia Enitor. 3 aquatic fauna specimens from the words of Metron, and 1 flora sample from the words of Halmarut. All very fascinating, as my counterparts here will soon discover. It would also be prudent to remind Eurodome not to let their captivating nature distract her from making her observations. Well then, there's no time like the present. I want to see what they said about the chthonic horns. They said something about it in one of the side quests. But I guess we know what they're for, right? The horns are where people create without using creation magics. I think that's probably just what they said. No, they were cool. Loppers were definitely cool. I just didn't want like any accidental spoilers on anything I haven't seen yet. Because I can infer that maybe the Loporrits are probably going to be a beast tribe now. So I was like, let me back out of there so I don't see the rest of them. He's supposed to be here by now, but who might you be? Oh, you're clearing the site in Fadius' stead. How very kind of you. Then, let's get you on the Ampelos. Once you're securely mounted, ride it yonder and have it sneeze at the bushes. The noise will scare away whatever creatures may be hiding. Alright. Alright, watch this, watch this. 2 in 1, 2 in 1, 2 in 1. Ready? Cone. Reinhardt Earthshatter, alright? You ready? Here we go. Alright, fine. Ampelos' mighty sing you send the creatures in the bush scattering in panic. You know, from the back, I kind of look like a silly hat, like a God, what is it called? Like a beatnik hat. I don't know the name. A beret. I kind of look like a beret on the back of the. Listening closely, you hear rustling noises coming. Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry, guys. Alright, sorry, Fungwars, you gotta go. The creatures came running all the way here. Frightened as they looked, I dare say they'll keep away from the site for a good while. For its hard work, I shall treat the Ampelos to a spot of sunbathing. Meanwhile, you should return to Fadius. I'm certain he will have a reward for you, too. Alright, let's do this last quest up here. I think that's all of them? Let me check the... Yeah, that's actually all of them. Last one is this one up here. Why do the fates always spawn away from me? Where am I at, actually? On shared fates. This area. It must be like 3 or 4. 4. Okay. 4 out of 6. This guy is chilling with his gravity-defying cloak. This guy is also chilling. I rest, but do not sleep. When you are far away, softer, a dream island, than our children find in Leith. Softer a dream island than our children find in Leith? I mean, that's bars. What is that talking about? Like the creations they make of being sent to Leith to be destroyed? Possibly. What brings you here, oh friendly familiar? Time for a meal, huh? Ah, yes, quite right. Thank you for reminding me. Still, a few more moments can't hurt, surely. I dare say you've noticed how refreshing it is to even stand in this idyllic place. The air itself is permeated with rich ether, and the fine droplets from Leith eases the aches from a hard day's work. Try a nice big stretch. You won't regret it. Oh, so that's Leith. Up there. Yeah. So that's where they go to be destroyed? Huh. Alright, I'll stretch. I'll dance for you, Mr. Observer. See what I mean? Wind through the leaves, the waterfall soothing spray. There's nothing quite like it. In our busy day-to-day lives, it's all too easy to forget to look after ourselves. Naturally, that includes familiars. Speaking of which, I'd best get something to eat, as you so kindly came here. Tell me, as you seem new to these parts, my friend will probably be wondering whether you've lost your way. Go and put his mind at ease, would you? Do a nice big stretch. Welcome to our Garden of Respite. We can explore more of it later, but first, I want to hear more of what you think. Of people. Of us. I've often sat here musing upon the nature of our creations, and wondered how a familiar might perceive its creator. We're honestly not so different. Perhaps that's true. You do seem far closer to us in nature than most other familiars. Well, let us set aside such musings for a moment, and bask in the morning dew serenity. Oh, hold on. Let me actually use that coffer. Sherman prepares to launch into another lecture on life on Anagorizes. Are you all rested, Hayes? One cannot perform at one's best without allowing the mind and the body time to recuperate. Here in Anagorizes, we often encourage one another to nap or partake of some of the fruits we grow. We could conjure such treats into existence, of course, but there is something oddly gratifying about plucking ripened fruit fresh from the tree. Oh, how remiss of me. How exactly do you sustain yourself? Is Azim supplying you with ether? I eat. No? But you'll fade away without the proper nourishment. Tor can wait. We must feed you immediately. Would you mind picking some of the white blooms to the west of here and bringing them to Overseer Socles? Archistratus flowers, we call them. I'll have everything else ready by the time you arrive. Archistratus. High cloud flowers? Hey, somebody else doing the thing. That's cool. This is the only time I've ever actually equipped the outfit they give you, like during a quest. I'm sure a lot of people didn't, but I feel like thematically it kind of works, you know. Rather than it just being like, hey, you know, I made you a new sweater to take into the mountain. It's like, nah, I already got one. But like, this is like, hey, like wear this so people don't freak the fuck out. I think it kind of fits. And it looks nice in the cutscenes too. Alright. I'll just teleport over there. have to keep an eye on the time now. But I am gonna keep playing for a little bit longer. She's not with you. Did you at least find her? I should have known nothing would sway her. All I can do is hope she finds blessed respite in the ethereal sea, that we may one day be reunited in another life. Until then, I will carry on her legacy, beginning with the naming of the creature she cared for so dearly. I think I shall name it after her. That way she will live on through her work, forever. I was trying to see if I could put something together there, but I think that's just... Yeah. I trust our guest was as enamored with you as I am. Confirm your suspicion that crystals are at the center of every facet of existence. This pattern from which life is conjured has also been wrought of crystal. Huh. New concepts for us. Fascinating to the point of being distracting. What an odd thing to warn me about, though it does all sound rather intriguing. The Academia editor always produces concepts with the most outstanding quality, and I'm eager to learn what treats we have in store on this occasion. Let me see. From the words of Mitron, we have what seems to be an aquatic mollusk capable of storing ether in its shell. Emir! I can only guess as to what purpose that would serve, but I dare say all will become abundantly clear in due course. That is Emir. Famed Final Fantasy fuck you enemy. Oh, I do apologize. I already find myself mesmerized by these concepts, just as our visitor predicted. For your part in bringing me these wonders, you have my thanks. The most famous one is the first boss of Final Fantasy VI. And they do kind of an homage to it in 14. I forgot what dungeon it was. Welcome back, Hayes. Thanks to you, the site has been nicely cleared, and we can release our new creation. It's a species of ambulatory plant, lest you wonder. While these have been popular as of late, this one dwarfs the rest. A veritable tree that can use its branches like hands to catch prey. It sets my heart aflutter just thinking about it. My thanks again, and if there are any other exciting tasks, I will be certain to let you know. I feel like I was glancing. Hold on. Oh, okay. Like a treant. It really is. Like, 6 is perfect as is, but I almost want it to get a remake so people will actually feel compelled to play it. Because I feel like there's kind of a stigma around 2D games, like, oh, it's 2D, it's not good, right? Not everybody thinks that way, but a lot of people do. And I think if FF6 were to get the FF7 remake treatment, without changing the story, don't change the story, don't make Kefka like some time-traveling god or whatever. Like, if it got a really nice remake and people actually experienced it, I think people would genuinely fall in love with that game. It's fantastic. It's fine as is, but I think a remake would get it into more people's brains, you know? Or hearts, rather. Charmion explained to me the crisis at hand. Have you brought the flowers? Yes. The bloom appears to be edible despite not being a lifelike sugar-laden confectionery. Ah, okay. Archistratus. I guess like jokes like cotton candy, you know, it's cloud-like. Yes, those are the ones we need. I'll add them to the fruits from Charmion's basket, and we'll soon have an ether-replenishing beverage for you to enjoy. It's the work of but a moment. You can drink ether? And here we are. Freshly squeezed Anagorisis juice medley. Go on then, drink up. I'm curious to hear what you think of it. You just made me juice? Made from Elpis-grown fruit and flowers, the aroma of this ether-rich concoction promises a uniquely complex flavor. Okay. You drink the juice, noting the complexities of the floral and fruity flavors. Ah, good. It seems you're able to tolerate liquid sustenance. You didn't appear to be suffering from any loss of material form, but a familiar must have a regular infusion of ethereal energy. Now that we know you won't suddenly vanish, will you please reassure Charmian? She still looks terribly concerned. I'm so glad you were able to replenish your stores of ether. Overseer Sockley certainly is a wonder when it comes to food preparation. Still, I firmly believe that the consumption of food should be limited to restoring one's strength. Any reason beyond that is simply wasteful. Eating for enjoyment alone is an unnecessary drain on living resources, and such a practice can only be harmful to our star's equilibrium. Okay, Charmian. Which is why I have so much respect for Overseer Sockley's and his culinary talent. He employs ingredients and methods which not only optimize a dish's ethereal concentration, but also produce flavorful results. Save your compliments, Charmian. I won't be flattered into making another batch until it's time for our next meal. Well, of course not. Now we'll never dream of attempting such base manipulation to begin with. Okay. Hayes, I feel we've grown to understand each other, but there is one last thing I wish to know. As you've seen, our purpose is to improve life on this star, and we each have our own way of approaching that purpose. Familiars, too, exist for a reason, often a very specific one, and I wonder what you feel about your place in the grand scheme of things. Charmian, perhaps you can provide our friend here with an example of what you mean. Such a nebulous question requires a more recognizable foundation from which to answer. Yes, you're right, of course. We must not skip We must not skip the journey in our haste to reach the destination. Yeah, right. Where to begin? Broadly speaking, we study the wisdom and magics of our forebears and choose our path as our interests and talents begin to crystallize. That's an odd word to use. Crystalline talents? Soulstones, perhaps? Even among the observers of Anagarsis, however, Overseer Sockley and I share a similar calling. Again, it may be more beneficial to simply show you what I mean. Please accompany me to the archives in the northwest. Alright, I'll be there in a second. Here to report on the successful completion of the favor I asked you. How very dutiful of you. Would I be correct in guessing your little jaunt has paid dividends? Ha, no need to tell me. I can see you're practically bursting with vim and vigor. Why, even I feel better just looking at you, and I've done nothing but stand here the entire time. All I did was walk up there and stretch, man. The last quest is over there, so we'll finish the cinematic and then we'll be done with the side quests as soon as I go turn that one in. Oh, wrong house. My bad. It's this house. No, it's the candied apple girl. This is where we keep all the administrative records. Any of these documents will help give you an idea of what we consider to be our defining purpose. Feel free to browse. I shall just be awaiting you outside. Lore. Okay, is it just these three? These books appear to contain detailed observation logs. The name Sockley's is written on each of the spines. You wrote a lot. Stack of half-finished observation logs. Judging by the penmanship, the author is someone other than Sockley's. You pick up the log and flip to a random page. Today there was an incident involving the hippocampus. That's funny. The creature is extremely territorial. And 4 observers sustained light to severe injuries from water-based magics as a result of their perceived intrusion into its domain. A report has been sent to the Words of La Habrea outlining the dangers inherent in continued observation of their nominated subject, and the intent is to shift our focus to the smaller, and considerably less aggressive, Hippe. Okay. Ah, Hayes. Did you find the observation logs enlightening? Overseer Socrates has built up quite a library, hasn't he? He's logged comprehensive observations on every living being in Anagorisis. Not only objective physical descriptions, but also his personal thoughts and impressions. And you're worried you can't do the same. And that's why I'm here, to carry on the Overseer's invaluable work. When it comes to the continued success of Anagorisis, our purposes are very much aligned. I cannot help but worry, however, that I lack the same degree of perception and ability. I am unfit for the task I have chosen. Even being in the same room as those logs is enough to make me feel uncomfortable. My insistence that you examine your purpose was, I think, born from the trepidation which surrounds my own. An uncertainty you need not feel. Overseer Socrates! As one of our newest arrivals, you have ever been quick to doubt yourself. Yet you were able to guide Hayes here on an engaging tour through the intricacies of our duties, which clearly demonstrates the depths of your understanding. If all I wanted was someone to emulate my work, why, I would simply continue doing it myself. No, but the reason I ask you to assume my role is because I believe you can take our projects in new and novel directions. Raising you as a competent successor is the final step of my purpose in life. Do me proud, Charmion. It is your growth, your efforts, which will facilitate my return to the star. I will do my best, Overseer. But don't be in too much of a rush to leave us. There are still so many things I need you to teach me. And speaking of teaching, thank you, Hayes, for this wonderful and enriching visit. It's been a pleasure learning about you, not to mention a few things about myself. Yes, you also have my gratitude for the part you've played in training my young colleague. You're welcome to return whenever you wish. When you think about returning to the star, I wonder how they go about doing that. You know? Like, I'm sure they don't just... Oh, what am I doing? I was trying to teleport from one etherite to the other. I'm sure they don't just, like, get on a bed and disappear. Like, it has to be a process. I'm really curious. Oh, almost did MSQ. That'd be awful, am I right? There you are. I'm beginning to worry. Become mired in the minutiae. Minutia. There's information on the efficacy of steam. Oh, okay. This vague information about a plant that bears poison fruit bears further investigating by someone who cares. Three notes. Enough to see our options, yet not so many as to lead us into the weeds. Well done. Why, this marquee is fascinating, isn't it? How might one contain such a specimen that did not befoul its environs beyond repair? Simply must know. Excuse us. We are off to see a man about a marble. Oh, there's a fate over there. It's literally right there, but I'm not gonna go on my way for it. It's like too far. It's just too far for me to want to detour. Especially since I want to do more MSQ before I head out for today. Let me what quest am I on? Verdict and execution. I want to see. And again, I'm not going to look at anything that's actually coming up. But I want to count how many quests I have done. And then kind of see how far away I am from 6.0's end. Let's see. Verdict and execution. Okay. So this chunk has 20 quests. I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and this would be 10. This is the halfway point of this chunk. So we'll say that's 9. It's 20, 19, 29. Wait, I can't count. 39. What is that? 42, 51, 60, 62. So I've done 71 quests. And there's 108 in Shadowbringers. Yes, 108. So only just under 40 left. So Hermes appears solemn and sorrowful. An all too brief interlude, perhaps, but it is time I attend to my next task. As Emetzelk and Hythlodaeus are aware, we reached a verdict regarding the fate of Lycaones. 7 were created for observation. That's true, actually. It might actually be another 40 hours. And all 7 must be unmade. Oh man, I'm sorry. Doros has followed the correct protocols, and as chief overseer, I can find no fault in his judgment. Lycaones would disrupt the natural order, ravaging and consuming other species until they themselves starve and perish. They cannot be released into the wild, and they cannot be allowed to remain here in Elpis. I intend to petition the Bureau of the Architect to have the concept preserved as a restricted purpose hazardous life form. Hythlodaeus has pledged to support me in this endeavor. Whatever the Bureau decides, the existing Lycaones have served their purpose. Lycaones. Doros has already isolated the creatures and is preparing to carry out the necessary measures. I will join him forthwith. It is my duty to witness the conclusion to the study. If you are resolved, then we have but to accompany you. Of course. Let us be off then. We return to the main aisle. I want to do it. It's right there. It's literally right there. It's fine. It's fine. I'll get the writing map off screen, probably. Like, before I go to bed. Although, whatever happens, this is probably going to have to be the last quest. I'm trying to get better about my sleep schedule. I've been getting into work late recently, so. I will finish this one up and then head out. I wonder if there's a sightseeing log under here, you know? Like in Heavensward, a lot of the ones are like put underneath things that you can't. Oh, they were Fenrir's. Damn, Doros, did you have to beat him up yourself? Oh, okay, so it's pronounced Lycaones, probably, like lichen. Doros, are you hurt? What happened here? They caught me off guard. I had them bound with ethereal shackles, but they became frenzied, even more so than usual, and broke free. I was able to stop 4. The other 3 escaped. I see them. 2 have taken to the air above the 12 wonders. The last is up ahead, lurking in the fields. You and Hayes handle that one. Preparing the sky, you can leave to me. If this is how it must end, then so be it. I'll render assistance to Emetzelk, unneeded though it is. Medion, you were to say he were Doros. But Hermes? The Lycan? I wonder if it's meant to just be pronounced as like Lycaon. Lycaons? The Lycans must be reverted. I would spare you their pain and mine. I'm calling them Lycans. This is my burden, not yours. But if you are intent on helping, then please follow my lead. What's happening with the music? Stay with Hermes, Hayes. He'll need someone when the time comes. Never mind my wounds, they are easily healed. It's the lichens which concern me. I'm just gonna walk. I don't like this music. I'm here. I appreciate your help, and lament that it is necessary. There it is, our quarry, within striking distance at present. But if it feels threatened, it may well flee beyond our reach. Here's my plan. You will approach slowly, in full view, and draw the lichen's attention. Now, I warn you, its abilities are as fire as its temperament. Once it spots you, it will unleash orbs of flame. But fear not. By my measure, you are more than equal to the task. Stand the onslaught for a few brief moments, and that will give me time to catch it unawares. Ready? Then let us begin. Just in case. Oh, okay. Yeah, I actually, like, beat him up. More. What is this song?
Now.
His staff. Oh man.
Forgive me. Please, forgive me. May you and your kin find peace. Wherever your souls may drift in the underworld, may you find tranquil seas. Be not forgotten. In concept endure, to reclaim form and one day live again. Serve not the star, or any purpose save your own. Live again, if that be your desire. Hate, if that be your want. Ye are worthy, but leave your suffering behind. Lay down your burdens, be born anew. Fly high, fly free.
Join the convocation, Hermes. You do not belong here.
What?
Leave to replace another. To be replaced. It changes nothing. Tell me, do you think it right that we sacrifice all these lives for the sake of the star? And when the star has reached perfection, what then? If all who are satisfied choose to die, shall we all die in satisfaction? I do not know. Were I to take up the seat of Van Daniel, it would be tantamount to approving my predecessor's death. I do not know if it is right. And to be torn by such thoughts, I do not know if I am fit to represent mankind.
Hermes! Please don't be angry. It hurts so.
Forgive me. If you would still consider me in spite of everything, I beg some time to gather my thoughts. Meanwhile, Hythlodaeus, I fear I must trouble you to attend to the others.
'Tis no trouble at all. Take as long as you require.
And you, my friend, I pray you find that which you seek.
I expect we have some few matters to discuss. Shall we return to the 12 Wonders for a time?
Aye.
He does have a point. Why does existence matter if the end goal is to just be satisfied with losing it? You know? He does have a point. The other Lycans have been taken care of. The incident is resolved, and life in Elpis continues as normal. Or ends, as the case may be. Rationally speaking, I understand Hermes' argument. No matter how well-deserved the rest, there's a pang of sadness when a colleague leaves us. But never has a departure caused me such grief as Hermes appears to feel. What must it be like to experience such torment? Alright. That's what I'm gonna call it. He really does, you know, and it's kind of sad. Imagine, like... Just imagine how much of an outcast he must feel. And I know he kind of explained it to us a little bit, but like... Just to be aware of your own mortality. And everybody just walking around like it's fine, you know? Like it... I don't know, man. That'd probably fuck me up too, honestly. Let me put this on Gunbreaker. Oh no, I opened it on Ninja, fuck! It's okay, I can craft more. Where is it? Fuck. Can I desynth this back into a chest? It's fine. I can... In fact, I'm pretty oh no, it's Dex Alcahest. Never mind. But I'm pretty sure I can craft it. Let me see. I don't think I can get all the mats, because I was looking through this before. It was gloves, right? Let's see, Paladin. Yeah, I don't think I can get all of these materials just yet, but I'll buy them off the market board and just craft it real quick. It probably isn't too expensive, I hope. Or maybe I'll get my friend to get the mats for me, and I'll... Oh yeah? I mean, I'll appreciate it. The friend was not you, by the way. It was not you. But... yeah, I'll swing a little gill your way. I'm not, like, too worried about it, but I do kind of want to get my Paladin, or not Paladin, Gunbreaker, at least into, like, side quest gear for when I level it up to 90, you know what I mean? I don't want to be, like, using under-leveled tome gear from 80 to 90 in current expansion, so... yeah. I mean, I guess just the gloves for now, because it's giving us the entire set from the side quest, so... by the end of it, I'll have the whole set. But yeah, I'm gonna head out. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Elpis is a great area for lore. I feel like we're getting a lot dumped on us, but we just need to find the right arrangement. You know, all the pieces are right there on the table. I just gotta put them together. So thank you for stopping by. Hopefully I'll put them together tomorrow. We'll be done with 86 to 87 quests, I imagine. And then probably go into the third act of Endwalker. So I know, man. I can't wait to finish Endwalker. When do I need it? I mean, like, no rush. No rush. I'm probably gonna log out right now, so I can grab it whenever is convenient for the both of us. Which, I mean, if it's convenient for you now, I'll just grab it now. But yeah, I was probably about to head out, log out, sleep, snack on something maybe, and then sleep. I know. God, I can't wait either, man. I'm so excited. I'm already like coming up with my outfit for Dawn Trail, but I have to finish Island Sanctuary for the pants that I need. So, but yeah, thank you for pulling up, and I will see you when I see you. Peace.